What's up, MPX addicts? Welcome to MPX Rehab. You'll note that I am here by myself currently, and that's because Kyle is still stuck in traffic. It happens. Especially on a bad weather day like this. I just figured I'd go ahead and get started because, we go for a long, long time to begin with, so yeah. Uh, I don't want to get too far into the meat of the show, I guess, because, without Kyle here, it kind of gets, I don't know how to put it, monotonous. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and, uh, hey, anybody want to call in real quick? Honestly, it's like we need to do a bit of a sound check anyway because we had to replace the batteries on our sound machine. How are we doing on that, by the way?
It sounds like we're doing good so far.
Good, 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 good. Yeah. So, Patrick, we do want Kyle to show up alive because it's kind of hard to do the show without him. You know. Oh, hey. Um, Hiya. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Am I live on the air?
You are live on the air, Presley.
Oh, this is awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, Presley Miller, our executive producer and the guy who has helped us with so much stuff on this show. Without him, there's a lot behind the scenes that you don't even know would not be working without him. So, how have you been?
I've been well. I'm just watching the Jay Waits for Kyle show, which is supposed to be better than waiting to start the YouTube stream.
Well,
I think it's a good thing.
Well, I've never been all that great by myself, so I'm just kind of moving along here, I guess.
That's
So,
right. Hey, every now and then I see a different commentator out there.
yeah,
It's not you or Kyle. I feel for you guys when that happens. There's a rivalry instantly. I see somebody else out there.
I wouldn't say a rivalry. The newest one, Mikey B, he's, I actually was really entertained by him this time. My only problem was the fact that his videos kept cutting out right at the end before he could finish what he was trying to say, which I feel him. I feel that. I feel that in my soul.
And you guys have started your own thing that's like,
hmm
in addition to the regular show, we can't live without the recaps now.
I know. It's like I've noticed that it's like we've actually gotten more views on Mainline. We've gotten a heck of a lot more views on Rehab. Why people are interested in watching a couple of guys, banter on about wrestling for hours on end is beyond me. But hey, if you enjoy it, we'll give it to you guys.
That's right. And my thought is that a lot of people enjoy the show by themselves. That's the case for me. I bring a friend every now and then, but it's kind of my thing that I do alone. And so it's cool to sit and listen to you and Kyle talk about it because the closest thing to being in the room with a couple of other MPX fans.
Yeah,
Nobody really knows the thing as far as my real life goes.
yeah.
So to hear you guys talk about it is nice.
Yeah, no, actually that's one of the things I do love about doing this show is the fact that there are so few people outside of MPX that I talk to that know anything about wrestling, much
That's right.
less, the indies or anything like that. So being able to talk about, do rehab and talk about this to the extent that I do, makes it to where I feel more, like I'm able to process it better and therefore
Yeah.
keep it in my head better. It's the problem with ADD.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something about the network. People have been having issues getting that thing to work
Oh,
on their
fun.
phones.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it typically only works with Chrome, but I'm slowly changing the way we post those videos so that it'll work on any device, any browser.
Nice.
It'll be a little bit different experience, but hopefully we don't have any more of the bizarre refreshing of pages, going back, making sure you're on Chrome, whatever that has been giving people trouble.
Oh, good. Because you know
I
what?
want the network to be nice and easy.
Yeah, it's like because I gotta admit that I loved watching it on my Xbox using the Microsoft Edge. Yes, the only reason I use Microsoft Edge is when it's on my Xbox to watch the MPX network. That's it.
Yeah,
Nothing
so if
more.
we can make that more reliable, that'll definitely help.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
then we want to end up on with regular apps on all the stores too. So it's not just go to the internet to find it. You can
mm-hmm.
perhaps download a network app.
That'd be great because
That'll be cool.
yeah, because it's like if the app on Roku is cool enough as it is, because being able to go back and watch some of the classic shows, watch some of the nicer show or some of the other shows from the last year or so. That's actually really really cool, and helps me out a lot when I'm starting to decide at the end of the year, hey, who's going to get what award.
Yeah, you at least know the best 10, 12 shows of the year
Mm-hmm.
to reference. That's a good way to trim it down. But every now and then you have a giant match that feels like it kind of showed up out of nowhere, or a great match, memorable match.
Yeah. So it's like it's really honestly, go check it out on Roku. I remember seeing there's a Vimeo as well, right?
There is a Vimeo page, yeah. That,
Awesome.
Vimeo is who we're going to end up working through to get apps on everything.
Awesome.
We're actually going to put up that, was it Texas Rumble we just had?
Yeah.
What was the one?
Well, the one we just had was Destiny 2021.
Destiny, that's right. Destiny's going to go up on all the Roku stores here probably this next week.
Nice.
So that everybody who hasn't seen it can catch up. But if you haven't seen that one, you're pretty far behind.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we're already starting to get into
the
next month after.
But it's cool how these things are just stacked one after the other.
Oh yeah, and as Dimitri liked to call the last show, it was a banger fest.
That's right.
And it's like, and we're looking like May 1st is going to be insane from things I've caught on. And
okay, you don't tell me anything. I like to be surprised.
Oh, definitely not. Oh, I mean, it's like if you watch the show, you'll see some of the things I've caught on too.
Right.
But
I'll say Casey Clay, man, that guy, you got to watch out for Casey Clay. I'm very interested in watching that guy.
Oh man, Casey is definitely, to say he's a rising star, it just seems like I'm selling him short, because I mean, the meteors don't go as fast as he has in getting up there.
Right.
He absolutely fearless, absolutely, just pure talent. And it's like, yeah, he does have things to work on, but then again, he's not even out of his first year in the ring yet, and he's already got gold. So it's like, I can't help but be impressed by the guy. I mean, even if he is even if he is a bit of a coward who attacked Frankie from behind, I called that before everyone else.
It was time. Somebody had to come in and give Frankie a run for his money. Kirby could only get him fired so many times before somebody had to really get rid of the guy.
That's true. That's true. But, maybe Casey will have a chance to turn things around and truly be the hero of MPX that he wants to be.
That's right. Maybe he's self-conscious. That's what makes him so angry.
Yeah. What, leaving now? Oh, it looks like Kyle's going to be a little bit later than we thought.
Man, maybe we need to talk about this thing. I can be Kyle. I'll shout into my phone. With Casey Clay and Noah Navarre, those are two guys who are walking around doing normal life stuff. And I think the story goes that they had the idea to find a place to be pro wrestlers, and they found MPX. But I think about how many more people like them are walking around who would be great at it.
Yeah.
Could both get involved, and the only reason they haven't is they.
Oh, seem to have lost you a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, try that again.
You there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying. I guess I did lose my train of thought there.
Sorry.
But just how many people we got like them who they just started training when they found out that it existed.
Yeah.
And how many more people who would be just as great, or great to some extent, who aren't doing it because they don't know about it. But that same issue of just wanting to get the word out about MPX, all the good stuff they.
Yeah. Hey, it's like, honestly, MPX just had one of their tryout sessions, and from what I heard, they got a couple of people in, and that's great. If we can get more people in, even better, because just because there was a tryout, the $50 tryout this last Wednesday, doesn't mean that the doors are closed. You can always contact them at mpxwrestling@gmail.com, and basically you can talk to them about that and get the information you need to train to be a wrestler, manager, referee, anything like that. Because honestly, it's a dream come true to be able to step into that ring for whatever purpose.
Hey, Presley.
And I know that there's lots of plans for still more upgrades. They've seen a ton of upgrades in the past couple of years.
Oh yeah, no, that's been one of the greatest things.
Yeah, there's just a growing list of things to come still. Kirby's just waiting on helpers like myself to just have enough free time. There's a lot of people donating a lot of their time.
Yep. Hey.
To keep that place great, and you're one of them.
Hmm.
I know you have ways of monetizing what you do up there, but I know you're not on the MPX payroll.
No, definitely not.
And there's a lot of people like that just, we love this thing, I guess, because we loved wrestling as a kid or whatever, but
yep.
There's a lot of people breaking their back up there for the love of it because we're not getting rich.
Yeah.
Hey, Presley.
Yes, is that Lily?
Yep.
Yes. Dimitri's calling you a heel.
He's calling me what?
Dimitri called you a heel.
Oh, what did I do?
I think it's because you're talking about how great Casey is.
I've known Casey a long time, and that's why I say I think he's insecure. He's new there. He doesn't know everybody. Not everybody knows him. He's just got a tough exterior. But
yeah.
I think that somebody like Dimitri could befriend him. But he's skittish, you get too close, he'll bite your hand.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, look what he did to Noah, because, that can, he'll really bite the hand that helps him.
Right, and I mean, if Casey plays rude to me, I'll hate his guts, but I just stay away from him, so he hasn't been rude to me. But Dimitri is long overdue. I was thinking about Dimitri, how popular he was a few years ago when I started coming to the new building.
Oh, yeah.
He had his long hair and he cut it.
I think he lost followers when that happened. Just goes to show, don't cut your hair.
That's right. I was going to say, cut his hair. And I remember being in the crowd barely knowing it and thinking, oh, it's too short. And hearing the crowd saying, like, oh, he cut his hair. And I could just see it. Oh, that's the last time Dimitri cuts his hair like that, because, man, he looks great with that beard and long hair.
Mm-hmm.
And he's monetizing the beard, too. How brilliant.
Oh, yeah. No, I've actually keep meaning to. Yeah, I need to get myself some of that beard oil because it's like obviously, I take care of my beard as best I can, and beard oil really helps.
Yeah, I'll say this. I'm surprised Dimitri has not used his notoriety now. He's got a lot of pull around there, and there's still no investigation or even mention of the pack. If you remember the pack, the penguin, the frog,
I think they're dead. I'm pretty sure they got killed. Yeah, him and Tyler Jett. Yeah. I mean, I think we've seen maybe we've seen Brock Hopper once or twice.
But that's about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Vinny and Peter Rottentail, if they are even alive, they're on the lam.
I was gonna say, the bear, he did look like he was on his last leg. He had the cane.
Yeah.
The rabbit looked all right.
Yeah.
We don't even know who they were.
No, I mean, that's the danger of guys like that. There's a bit of a blast of the past for you.
People thinking I was the rabbit. I thought that'd be great.
Wow.
Hey, witness protection. Witness protection says you're not allowed to talk about that.
That's right. And I'll deny it in court.
Exactly.
Dimitri does feel inspired to make an issue of this again. But I'd love to see him get revenge on the pack. Because he's compartmentalizing that. He hasn't talked about it. He hasn't done anything to make it right what was done wrong to him. And who knows what kind of trauma he dealt with in that time away.
I don't know.
It's like the Amy Smart of Metroplex Wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll feed a penguin and a toad to him at some point.
Yeah.
One could hope.
But we'll see on that one. Because, yeah.
So who do you think is going to take the championship from Dimitri? I got to think at some point Dimitri's going to slip.
Well,
something's going to happen. Somebody's going to cheat.
I mean,
somebody's going to bring in some help.
I wasn't kidding when I said that Casey. I think Casey has a good shot because he's making all 4 defenses, and unless somebody like really really tough comes up against him in the next couple, he should be able to at least make his claim by the 24th. Whether he'll win that or not, we'll see. We'll definitely see.
I don't see Dimitri losing any time now. Got to be in his prime.
Yeah, true.
Hey,
When I
Presley.
think of the trajectory of Mike Tyson, he was in his prime for a while before he got cocky and started to lose everything.
Yeah, true.
So Dimitri doesn't look like he's in that, cocky, lazy place where he's going to lose anytime soon. To me, but
That
I don't
is
know
true.
that much about the stuff.
I mean, it's like, after that, even if he does get through Casey Clay, don't forget, May 1st, ACH made his challenge known. And ACH is one of the greatest in Texas.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Presley.
Yes, Lily.
Dimitri says the pack is dead and buried in the yard. Also, I will never ever cut my hair again.
See, that's good. Don't.
We're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely don't want that to happen. Just you need the long hair, man. It looks better on you.
Richard wants to get
Yeah, it's such a great prop. Such a great part of it all.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm having a request from someone else to get a call in, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go, Presley.
Call, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. Best of luck to you guys.
It's great to talk to you, Presley. Bye.
All right, bye, guys.
All right, boss, go ahead and call. This will be fun. Kyle, when you get here, it'll be fine. We'll just go ahead and get started, and it'll just be even later when we finally get finished, because we talk forever.
Then again, we don't have anything to do tomorrow.
Yeah, no, luckily I am off of work tomorrow, and I'm like, here we go. Hey, boss, how you doing? Oh, give me one more. There we go. Try that again.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
So, Kyle has missed his call time again.
Yeah, I know. It happens.
The unprofessionalism on the left side of the couch is stunning at this point. Thank God you're there to right the ship.
Well, one of us has to be professional, and one of us has all the gear anyway, so, might as well go ahead and go forth.
And the other one's loud.
Yeah. I need the loud. It gives me something to work with.
So you got nobody to talk about Blood and Guts, or as the unofficial name is, Banger Fest.
Yeah, Banger Fest 2021, although apparently that's not cool anymore. We apparently ran that term into the ground.
Yeah. Banger's only pretty much is done.
I guess when,
Right. We got a good run out of it.
I guess when the dad of the professional wrestling world, starts to use it unironically, it might be done at that point.
Well, it was a long day for Stephen Kirby, so
Yeah.
let's give him a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, Stephen Kirby's working his ass off.
Hey, remember, every Saturday there's a kids camp at MPX that Kirby runs
Mm-hmm.
that begins at 4 p.m. So for an hour, he's teaching these kids, moves and how to work in the ring. So there's a lot going on with Stephen Kirby. You can get your kids signed up for kids camp. You can message the MPX Facebook page for more details.
Yeah, definitely. Check that out. If you have kids who are interested in learning wrestling, give it a go.
Could you imagine when you were, like 10, 12 years old and that opportunity presented itself? Could you just imagine how much you would have begged your parents?
Oh, I'd have killed for that. I mean, if I'd had that opportunity back then, who knows? I might have known you, back when I was still a teenager.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I don't know the youngest age we've got in there. I know there's several 10 and 12-year-olds in there. But I would have. You're right. I would have literally bothered my mom to death. She would have paid somebody definitely to take me off her hands for that.
Hey, it's a great, camp kind of thing, especially with people still having problems with, not being able to go into work.
So I don't want to talk too much about last week's show because I know Kyle's going to get there, and I know you guys want to do that. But we've been working on some big stuff for MPX, and we haven't really let it loose yet. So I wanted to kind of tease some of that with you while we're waiting on Kyle to get here. And actually, at the end of the show last week, ACH kind of let something slip out. And ACH is signed to face the MPX champion on May 1st.
Whether that's going to be Casey or Dimitri is up to how things go on the 24th.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's why he doesn't have an opponent named yet, but it will be the MPX champion. But we also have signed Brian Keith for that show.
Finally.
And we've also signed Gino Medina for that show.
Yes.
Oh, also we've signed Jojo Bravo for that show.
Wow. Oh, this is going to be a wild.
May
May 1st?
Wait. We've also signed the Savage King for that show.
Oh. Ah.
We've also signed Matthew Palmer for that show.
This is going to be a hell of a show.
It is going to be a hell of a show.
Yes,
We're going to call it Texas Famous.
Say that again?
Texas Famous.
Texas.
You'll start seeing the wanted, the bounty posters coming out for that show very soon.
Nice.
I thought you guys might enjoy that.
I am definitely looking
Kyle's
forward to
in his
that.
car right now listening and fuming that he's not there to talk about.
Oh, he'll be so happy to talk about that when when he gets here.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to hold off on letting you know any kind of matchups yet. We got to get through Consequences on April 24th, and of course we've got to get through this week's show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Before the matches are announced, we want to throw out some of the names that are going to be on the show to face our MPX regulars. In what capacity and for what, we don't know yet, because we've got 2 more shows to get there. And of course, we are weekly, so things change at a very quick pace.
Oh yeah. Card subject to change.
Exactly. You may be Addicts champion this week holding the belt in a bag, and next week it could be on somebody else, and you could be trying to work your way back up the ladder, fighting yourself off of big shows. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's always a possibility. Do you think Exodus is going to lose it sometime soon?
I can tell you that it is Stephen Kirby's mandate to make certain that Exodus doesn't have a air quote night off in that ring.
Ha, nice. It was like, I know he didn't even have a night off last week.
Do you remember how hard Kirby defended that title?
Oh, I remember.
What he went through with Dexter for that title, and he was the first man to hold that belt that Exodus has just disrespected, stepping on, keeping it hidden from the addicts. I mean, do you think there's anybody less upset right now than Stephen Kirby about what's going on?
Oh no, I don't think there's anybody that could be more upset than him, because he's, yeah. I mean, it's my favorite belt, and I still don't think I'm more upset than he is.
Hence the mandate. Exodus does not get a quote unquote night off in that ring.
That's good to hear. I'm sure the MPX addicts will be so happy to see Exodus defend that bag.
Yeah, and who it will be, I don't know. I mean, we're throwing guys at him left and right. You have to give up the talent. You have to give it up to Exodus. The talent that he has
Oh yeah.
is going to keep him on top no matter what happens. And right now, it's keeping my champion. And in fact, this guy's holding belts all over Texas right now.
Oh yeah, I've seen those things. Those is like, he keeps trying to cover up the MPX belt, but it's like,
Oh, he's taking over Red Chambers. He's collecting them all.
Red, you hear that? That's a challenge right there, man.
I mean, you got to call it like it is. It's gimmick infringement at its best, but one of them's collecting and the other one's chasing.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe Red will get his chance. I figure as long as he gets his first championship before he hits 20 years, it should be okay.
So what do you think about Casey Clay defending the title twice last week? Successfully, I might add. If not, in unusual fashion, he got those wins.
I think it shows he has taken to the business quite well. I think it shows that he's a lot craftier than people would give him credit for. And it definitely bodes well for his next 2 defenses, which I'm assuming we're going to likely be next week. Mikey B, he's a lot of fun. I think, yes, I'm a little jealous because that's something I've always wanted to do, but, he's good.
I never knew that.
Yeah. I've wanted to be the backstage announcer for a while. I keep getting told, no, 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 you have your own show.
Jay, I've never said those words to you. You know that.
Oh, you haven't.
I'm on the air with you. I'll call you out. You've never asked me that. I've never told you that.
You haven't, but the other boss has.
Eh.
Oh, well, then you're screwed.
Oh, yeah. No, and I understand that. And we definitely don't want to be seen as, I mean, we are the world's biggest MPX shills, but, I understand wanting to keep the separation there.
The McClendons are getting pretty close to you at this point. If Rusty could have his own show while he drinks and rants about wrestling, you might get passed up. You got to watch out because Lanley's this close to probably hosting his own show about it as well.
From what I've seen, Langley's like this close to debuting in the ring.
He's got a couple of years left. Give him a little bit of time.
Yeah, true. It's like I fully expect we're going to see Langley and his tag team partner Ethan. They're going to like take MPX by storm.
What was the old Bill Parcells saying? Is don't put him in the Hall of Fame just yet. Let's not put Mike in the ring too soon. Let him be a kid for a while. He can have too much fun.
True.
Don't put him through the terrors of being an independent pro wrestler just yet.
Yeah, definitely. Got to give him some time to, steel himself for it.
Sebastian's choice of tag team partner, how that worked out.
Well, okay. At first, I thought it was a decent choice because Michael Schaefer is, of course, a multi-time tag team champion. But unfortunately, big egos tend to clash.
Michael Schaefer has actually held the titles with like 3 or 4 different partners, right?
Yeah. It's like it was how.
The guy knows how to work with people. So do you think that was the meshing didn't go well? So do you think that was Schaefer, or do you think that was an overbearing director? Sebastian Envy.
I mean, Schaefer's got leading man potential. Sebastian is a genius director. So I think, honestly, if they can work out their differences, they will be an absolutely formidable team. But it does seem like there was a clashing of egos there.
See, now, Cody Cox said the same thing about Schaefer being a leading man. And I talked to him on commentary, and I'll bring it up to you here.
Okay.
I think Sebastian is a dual threat here. He's the director, and he is playing the leading man role himself. I think what he's looking for is an Oscar-worthy supporting actor as a tag team partner. And maybe, just maybe, Schaefer's trying to be that leading man that you're talking about, and that's where the clash is happening.
You might be right there because, Sebastian, I mean, like I said, he is a genius director and he's a man of many hats. He acts as well as directs. I've seen some of his short films. They're really good. And, I think he really just needs a good supporting actor.
I think Ross Ford actually posted online that during that match I made the comment, Michael Schaefer, Sebastian Envy versus Noah Navarre and Red Chambers is the match we're talking about for this past weekend that'll be available on the MPX network on Friday. There was a lot of hair in that match, and one of those men was small.
Yeah. I've been there myself. I understand that one. Sometimes you just got to make the conscious choice.
Schaefer is literally like a stunt double for Cousin Ed at this point. I cannot believe how much hair this guy has.
I got to be careful about what I say, but
He's not near you. He can't get near you. You're at your home. You've got your backdrop. You've got your futon couch. You got your microphones. You have your producer there. You have guard dogs, for God's sake. Schaefer is not a threat to you at this point. Feel free to say whatever you like.
yeah, he's Cousin It. I mean, I was figuring more like Sasquatch, but yeah.
Holy crap, Jay. Did you just call Michael Schaefer a Sasquatch? You're like signing your own death warrant, man. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I guess I like to live dangerously.
Oh my gosh. The year of living dangerously is come and gone, sir.
Has it though?
Hey, somehow I survived Sky.
Yeah, barely. We had to pull him off of you at the awards show.
Mm-hmm. Should definitely go watch that on the MPX network as well.
What do you think about Sky? Sky and Brixton Shaw, in my eyes, that was a huge match this week that did not get talked about enough.
Oh, we were going to talk about that one.
Losing the MPX championship.
Mm-hmm.
Brixton Shaw, first appearance since losing to Ardakis. They both lost these monumental matches in their career, and the first opponent they have to look across is the other guy who is as desperate and hungry and angry as they are. And I thought that was a hell of a clash.
It really was, and I honestly, if it weren't for Eden Grace, I'm not sure which way that really would have gone.
And that was the deciding factor. No Isaac Mazer. Isaac did not show up.
Yeah, that is a good question. Where do you know where Isaac Mazer is?
Does anybody ever really know where Isaac Mazer is? I get a video every once in a while mailed to me.
No.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I don't even know where those videos get filmed at. But it's my understanding that he contacted we messaged the site, and that he will be there this Saturday.
Oh, good.
So maybe we'll get the answers then.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how he's going to move forward after, you know, losing 2 MPX champions in a row.
And then we didn't even talk about this near the end of the night. Remedy getting a face-to-face there with Sky Della Cremosa in the ring.
Yeah, that makes me wonder. You know, especially since Remedy was talking about May 1st. So are we going to be seeing something happen there?
I mean, as soon as I saw the two of them in there, I got kind of happy. I thought about what could be.
Yeah.
I can see Kyle's face in the front row from where I sit. That dude was happy. And I could tell that you were very intrigued, as was most of the rest of the crowd. I think that this past Saturday was the best match I've seen Remedy have at MPX. But not only that, it might be one of the best matches I've seen Remedy in.
Yep. Oh.
And I think that was the best outing I've seen Jason Silver have, even though it was a losing effort. That's the best outing I've seen Jason Silver have in, I would say, at least 6 months.
Yeah, sometimes immortality doesn't really make up for the size as much as you'd think.
Well, I think he more than even the odds going
Yeah.
into that match.
Yeah.
With
Ow.
Impact.
Those chair shots. That was devastating.
Well, I thought that match was fantastic. Oh my gosh, is that Kyle coming in, or are the dogs barking at Kyle?
They might
More
be
than likely.
barking at Kyle, or they might be barking at my house dwarf.
You have your own Dobby.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill you for
Not
that.
give him a sock. I've seen how this plays out.
Yeah, no, I think I'll be okay.
My gosh. So does he like do all the cooking, all the cleaning? Like you don't have to pick anything up. He just follows you around. He wears like a potato sack.
No, he's actually, you know, doing his best to make his own stuff right now.
Oh, so you make Lily wear the potato sack and clean up after you. I gotcha.
I said nothing.
You will die, sir.
Don't you feed me out like that, Jay. You get my back. I had your back against Michael Schaefer.
Yeah, until you didn't.
I didn't tell you to call him a Sasquatch. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I figure Sasquatch is scarier than Cousin It.
Kyle Smith is over an hour late on his call time.
I've noticed
What
that.
kind of reprimand will he suffer at this point?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to end the show early anyway, so he can't talk quite as much. No, that's a lie. That I just can't do that.
Perhaps a restriction on the volume on his microphone should be imposed.
Might take that one on mainline.
Oh,
Have a much quieter Kyle on mainline.
He needs to be humbled, Jay. Break his back, make him humble.
I don't think I could break his back. I think he does that well enough on his own.
He's got injuries, Jay. Just use them to your advantage. Speaking of advantage, Dave Sagan, mystery partner at Destiny, turns out to be Tatum Manning,
That was.
and they are on a roll.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're just. I mean, they may not have come out on top last weekend in their solo matches, but as a tag team, they seem really tough to beat.
Not coming out on their individual matches, but Tatum Manning with a hell of a showing against ACH.
Mm-hmm.
That was a match that he was pumped up for. The MPX addicts were very into.
Oh
and
yeah.
Remember, Tatum is not that long into his career. He's hanging with an MLW superstar, former NXT star. I mean, ACH has done everything. He's been to Japan. He's done everything you can do in wrestling already. And Tatum Manning's in there hanging with him.
Yeah, which just shows how good he really is. And of course, Dave being Dave Sagan's new gear is really awesome. I think it's really cool.
Gear.
And his new hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He seems he's gone back to darker color, and he's not quite so much doing the blonde.
You didn't like the blonde, did you?
I thought it looked strangely good on him, but I can't really say much about other people's hair. I mean, obviously.
So, Jay, now that Kyle has completely abandoned you on your scheduled evenings talk, are you looking at potential co-hosts? Perhaps a replacement in waiting for Kyle, someone who can truly represent the addicts, like an Andrew Smith or Sean Handy or Patrick Clark or Michael Cole. Rusty McClendon, John Lugo, if you will.
Maybe. I mean, I could start taking auditions of my own soon.
Where's our Doug Fonzer really running at?
We haven't had one of those in a bit. Last time he ran in on us, it was to complain about using the front row crew.
I think this shows that you need to have a co-host in waiting. Johnny Carson had Ed McMahon, but if he wasn't there, he had somebody on standby. He wouldn't run the show solo. He knows that he needs that straight man by him.
Yeah.
And you're the straight man, and Kyle is the funny guy. So now you're reversing roles right now. So right now you're being the straight guy, and I'm being the dumbass. So you're gonna have somebody away. You're gonna have to get Fonzarelli in there as your straight man. You're gonna have to get Patrick Clark. They're like the Andy to the Conan O'Brien, if you will. So
yeah.
I mean, you really need. I think you need to deal with Sebastian and start holding auditions for an MPX Addicts voice in waiting, perhaps.
Yeah.
Or, and if you want this, we can make this happen. I also have a dwarf. He can make the chairs. We'll have a voice contest for MPX where we can spin around in the chairs when we hear somebody talking and we like them.
Yeah.
I pick a team, you pick a team, and then our two teams go against each other, and people vote them off until we've got our final co-host in waiting to replace Kyle in the event that he can't make it. I mean, this one late appearance is really turning into something for him, and he's gonna love all the attention he's getting right now. But
yeah.
MPX the voice, with Jay Williams and myself. I mean, Presley, Alex, let's get these chairs and this stuff going, get the stage going, and
yeah.
Go on, Gilligan. Go on.
Oh my gosh!
He's here.
Everyone's vouching for Rocky to be the new co-host.
I don't care what happens, Jay. Don't give up on me. There's room enough on this roof for both of us.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MPX Rehab. I am your host, the hashtag certified Mark J.
Yeah,
Williams,
we can finally start.
Here with my co-host, as always,
the voice of the MPX Addicts, Kyle Smith.
And on the phone right now is the boss himself, Richard Hill.
Yep, we're done hearing from him.
Oh, we're done hearing from
him? I've done enough damage. One day I'm going to let Kyle take over his duties, and you guys have a great show.
Okay.
Thank
Definitely
you, sir.
Great to hear from you, sir.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Well, that was a lot of fun.
Wasn't it? I heard a little bit of it on the way in.
Yeah, it's like I didn't think you were going to be that late.
I didn't think I was going to be that late either.
They missed you, obviously.
I know. How you doing, Rocky?
The real stars of the show, the dogs. But yeah, so safe trip over here. and
Oh, of
everything?
course. Rain sucks.
Oh yeah, no, it's horrible. But welcome to MPX Rehab. Last week on MPX Blood and Guts, as you heard me and Richard
No,
talking.
Banger Fest.
Yeah, Banger Fest 2021.
Well, wait, no, we're not allowed to say banger anymore. I
Right,
forgot.
It's not cool anymore, man.
Why?
Yeah, we
You know.
really just ran it.
We ran it into the ground and overused it.
Yeah, it's it's like when your dad starts using internet terms and slang. It's like when MPX starts using it. Suddenly, oh
I
man,
mean,
it's not cool anymore.
I knew that was going to be an issue
Yeah,
because it did start south, and then Dimitri brought it to us, and of course, you know us, we're going to run shit to the fucking ground.
that's what we do.
And
We run this town. We run things into the ground.
I was pretty sure heavy metal was going to take some, flack for it. So, but it's like Dimitri said, it originally started to hype the boys,
yeah.
and in the end, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, and
So-
it definitely did. It was like, I mean, whether it's cool or not cool, Banger Fest 2021 is the absolute truth of those matches on Saturday night because holy crap, Clash of
Yes.
the Titans.
Everything on it's amazing to me how, because we had said after Destiny, it's kind of a little lull, and then we get into Purple Rain and we hype up for that. We have our 4 big shows, yet ever since Destiny, every card has been a fucking banger.
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
It's
It's been
been-
fire.
Yeah, and it's like honestly, it's like even with as small as the crowd actually was this last Saturday, they were loud.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
me and my friend, but
Hey, there's a reason he goes by the voice of the Addicts, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
He does what he does.
Dance, puppets, dance.
But yeah, hey, as you can see, I'm not feeling as bad as I thought I was. So,
I'm drunk. How are you?
you're drunk.
No, I'm not drunk. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I didn't say that at all.
Please tell me that it's him driving, or are you drunk too?
We're both fine.
Uh-huh.
Neither one of us are drunk.
Remember, there are children watching this show.
We did not drive and drink. Who would do such a thing? No.
Wait, do we have cops watching the show? Richter, do you watch the show?
Richter doesn't watch anymore,
True.
sadly.
But
I said we're not drunk.
but yeah, it's like, and I can tell you, I don't have COVID.
Well, that's
SW
good to know.
Yeah, no.
I'm glad I knew before that.
I was like, even with all the coughing and everything like that, I know I don't have COVID. Let me prove it. SWE is a cheap indie knockoff of TNA.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah, see, so I have taste.
It's even worse than the fact that they claim to be Texas, but don't use Texas talent.
But
Speaking of Texas talent, holy shit, did they show out for Mania weekend?
oh yeah, I think you have a something worse than a tack in your shoe, man.
Hey.
But yeah, Mania weekend. Whew, that was it was a big weekend for those in Tampa, and it was a big weekend for us. So let's go ahead and start talking about Banger Fest 2021 or MPX's Blood and Guts.
MPX title was at Mania weekend.
Yeah, it was MPX Addicts title. It was
Now,
great.
granted, you didn't see it, but Florida saw it.
Yeah,
Supposedly, it was supposed to be in Florida, according to Exodus.
yeah.
So
I don't know. But the first match, Johnny O'Mara versus Mr. Legs. I actually didn't know what to think of this match when we first heard it was announced
yeah,
because it's like they're two guys that I didn't really think had any reason to go against each other. So it might have been a stipulation there.
I mean, you being the mark, they're 2 certified fan favorites.
Oh, yeah.
So,
If
in
nothing
your
else,
eyes,
it was going to be a great exhibition match.
Yeah.
But this one showed some interesting levels that I did not expect to see.
we're seeing the continuation of the bottle
Mm-hmm.
and what that bottle actually does. It's much like, it's kind of like the mask.
Mhm.
It changes whoever takes hold of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
And-
felt a little evil after it was spit on me. So after I was baptized in blood,
You felt a little evil.
well, more evil than normal.
I was going to say. But yeah, his Legs, was just honestly his aerial game has gotten better.
Yes.
Is one of the big things I took away from this match before the turnaround at the end.
I have a fan saying, "Thank God I'm here now. He can pay attention to the show."
We love you too. Thanks. I had people on the.
I don't
phone.
necessarily think it was you.
Mm-hmm. People liked Presley.
I mean, I love Presley and I love Richard. I just think this person didn't. I think this person just likes me.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. But yeah, it's like, but the turnaround at the end, like I said, that was really interesting because it's definitely showing some evolution for the character of Mr. Legs because he went and got the bottle out of Randy Right Leg, no less.
Told you, Randy's a thief and a cheater and stealer.
He did that on purpose.
He lied, cheats, he steals.
Yeah, he did that on purpose. He had to have.
Now, if Randy would just come out and just do a little shimmy, it'd be wonderful.
I'm just great. Now I've got these like.
I'm telling you, just see him and do the shit. Come on, hold up, Randy Right Leg, do the shimmy.
And he wipes the blood on his legs, which those are already super strong. And the glitter.
I was gonna say he's already got the PED glitter on there. Now he's got the PED blood. Come on.
Yeah.
So I mean, what is with our officials here?
I don't know.
What is Bambi and Travis doing?
I mean, how do you test for that though?
I mean, you can test blood. I mean, that's what they do in the Olympics.
But how do you test glitter?
Yeah, the glitter's a little tougher. I will admit that. That's tougher. You can get by with the glitter. The blood, that one you can test.
Mm-hmm. But I was a little surprised because, like he very obviously had the bottle out. We didn't see Jason.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious where, but then again, Jason also didn't see him take the blood.
Yeah.
So Jason, I guess Jason just didn't pay attention when he's there.
I guess not.
I guess he
may have been laser focused on his own.
He's
match.
I guess he's our residential, Sting, obviously. He's just in the boundaries somewhere. He's, deep in the building and not paying attention until his match is called.
True.
Which he had enough on his hands that night to begin with anyway, so.
Yeah. No, that was, we'll talk about that one in a bit, and can't wait to see how that one comes out too. But, Legs coming out with the win on this one, and I'm wondering if we're going to see...
Did Legs win or did the blood win?
I think Legs got the win officially, but, I think maybe the blood won that one.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what blood that is.
I'm telling you, I think Silver and Sky, vampires, they got different bloods and different bottles, and they all do different things.
Yeah.
So I don't...
What superhero did he take that from?
I don't know. Seems like we need a Monster Hunter to kind of get that away from Legs, don't we?
Yeah, maybe. But the Monster Hunter seems to be on his own hunt.
Monster Hunter's got a fucking shitload of a match come. Well, Friday I know for sure. I think Saturday was something announced, but Friday he's got a big contest Friday.
Oh yeah. But going on to match 2, Casey Clay making the first of his Prospect Championship defenses against Zero, no less. Which, man, this hurt.
And it's one of those. It was kind of funny. I leaned over to my friend Pat, and I was like, "It's got to be Zero." I don't know why, but I was like,
"Oh, I heard you too."
It's got to be Zero.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, like, as soon as it came out, I was like, "Man," I was like, "We're back to Zero. Like, we're back. We're literally back to Zero. We're back to, hey, you're gonna put on a good match, but you're gonna be that guy. You're gonna take the fall." And it sucks because I think we really could have capitalized off the momentum he had with the Addicts title, and even with the loss with Exodus. I felt we could have capitalized on Zero a little bit more, but we didn't. And it's one of those things where it's also, like we said with Joe, I want Casey to have this title. I think Casey is going to be good with this title. And Casey's one of those where I feel if he gets all 4 and then loses to Dimitri, it actually might help him more than if he was to win.
Yeah.
Especially in doing it in his way, where he's like, no, it's going to be the 24th. I'm going to make a couple of defenses in one night.
Yeah.
But the match with Zero was solid as normal because that's who these two people are. Zero and Casey are phenomenal workers. And it's crazy to think that Casey's so good with how young he is.
Yeah, like both in his career and just in general.
In general, and then in his career, and it's one of those where he's a year and a half or 2 years removed from training, and maybe 30 matches under his belt, if that.
Yeah, something like that. Half of them being tag or big.
Exactly,
matches.
It's crazy, and again, he's one of those next to Tommy. He's probably the most athletic person we have. And I'll still stand by that. I think Tommy Becker, and I think we saw a little bit of it Saturday, is the most athletic man in MPX when he's allowed and given the platform to show it.
And I'd love to
Casey's
see a
probably a close
one-on-one
second.
versus with Tommy and Casey just going at it full steam.
That would be amazing. A one-on-one between those two. Again, the most athletic men in MPX. Casey's got a phenomenal drop kick to where literally, I've said it before, he doesn't run, he doesn't take couple. No, it's literally just jump, drop kick. And the moonsault too. Like we talked about it and we joke about it. Like there was that 1 week he wasn't there, and everyone missed a standing moonsault.
Yeah.
Yet we're both sitting there going, man, I kind of wish Casey was here because he would fucking nail it.
He'd nail it and he'd show them.
Yep.
And then, of course, the next week he's there. He does the standing moonsault and he looks back at the bag and says, "That's how you do it."
Exactly, because he knows, and he probably listens to us. But that's the thing, Casey, man, and I've said it before, like I just feel he watches a match or watches wrestling and goes, "Oh, I could do that." And it's not like you can pinpoint, like to a degree, he's very Jericho-like. If you watch his matches, he does have very Jericho-like qualities. But man, there are sometimes you just watch something, and you're like, "Oh, who are you trying to mimic right now?" Because that's fucking phenomenal. Like, it's crazy. I mean, phenomenal. I guess maybe AJ.
It's like we've talked about before, in which it's like I think there's a lot of it where he watches tape and he sees something he likes and he's like, "I can do that," and he does it.
Exactly.
He just does it.
I'm expecting him to hit a Phoenix Splash eventually.
Yeah.
And just be like, "Oh shit, of course he could do that. Why couldn't he do that?"
Yeah.
But no, Casey and Zero was again solid match. But again, we're back to the Zero comes out. Yay! Oh, we know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Which
hurts, man, because it was like I said, you heard the crowd when he won the belt.
Yep.
That everybody just came unglued.
And it's one of those where, now that Larger Than Life doesn't have the tag titles, granted, I know we're probably not taking off Dave and Tatum, but I mean, if the pub crawlers got a match, I think the Addicts will get behind that.
Yeah.
And I think the Addicts might actually get behind maybe them winning, even if it's same with Zero with the Addicts. Maybe even if it's just a night. I do think the pub crawlers would get a great reaction out of that.
I would have to buy like 3 bottles of water because my voice would be gone by the end of that match. Because Dave, Tatum, Johnny, and Zero all in one match. Yeah.
You and me both. You and me both, honey.
So they need a mop on your area. It's like
I'd be drinking so much water.
It's like when Sebastian comes out.
I'd be drinking so much water, just be spilling all over the place.
That's not what we're talking about, but okay.
We have children watching this show, damn it.
Yeah, they don't know. It's innuendos. Haven't you ever watched Shrek as an adult? There's a lot of shit going in there.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen it.
Little Mermaid. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Rewatch your childhood cartoons. There's a lot of shit in there.
It's, of course, one of my favorites, Rocco's Modern Life,
where
the whole goal was to see how far they could get before the censors said anything.
Dude, we were allowed. Well, okay, maybe some weren't allowed, but we watched Ren and Stimpy as kids.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Are we talking about the Carpet Munchers episode?
That's Cow and Chicken.
Yeah. And Rocco's Modern Life, I remember the sex line. Yeah. That was one I remember the most. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, go watch some 90s cartoons, especially from Nickelodeon, and you will see exactly how messed up our generation really is.
Your dog has slobber on me.
But culture, yeah, sure. But
it actually really does explain a lot if you think about it.
Exactly.
God.
But Casey Clay with that finisher, the Claysecution, the running fireman suplex.
I just love the name.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those where I knew what his move was, but I didn't know the name. And then you finally asked him, and we got a name. We're like, oh, shit. That is amazing. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Because the move was always great. Because, yeah, it's very unique.
And it actually made me think about it in the fact, and you kind of agreed with me, that it's like if we look at Tatum with the way he is, the way he acts and everything like that, if he's MPX's The Rock, does that make Casey Clay MPX's John Cena?
Because I got a "Let's Go Casey sucks" chant going.
And that, the Claysecution being the fireman's suplex, is just like...
I mean, he kind of is, other than the fact that it's more of just me, my friend, and maybe one other person going, "Let's go Casey," as opposed to where everyone was behind him until he was shoved down our throats. So it's not a full Cena booking, but it's a little there, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he does have his fans. We actually heard them on the I guess your side of
Yeah.
the
Yeah, it was a guy, and that was one thing I was shocked at was it wasn't even because me and my friend started it, Pat started it, but it was also there was people behind us. We're like, oh, okay, and it was the same with and we'll talk about it later when the Sky match. I was like, oh, it's not just me, awesome. Like I was shocked at how. Like, yeah, I started a lot of the chants because I wanted that crowd to be good because that card was amazing. But the crowd actually was really good into that.
Yeah, it's like we've tried to start chants before and nobody bought into it before. And so, but the fact that everybody was just ready for this on this one, the crowd was hot. It was a great night for the crowd.
It really was. And it was, I mean, yeah, you can say, you might have missed something Saturday night, but you can always watch that later. Yeah. There's nothing like being live.
Definitely.
And yeah, that crowd, I was very happy and proud of that crowd because I was very worried about it going in. Just
there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You know how to make the Voice of the Addicts actually proud of you for once.
Just because again, and we'll talk about it with ACH and Tatum. I was very worried ACH was going to get a bad reaction because it's Tatum. And no matter who's in Tatum's house, I mean, we can book Samoa Joe next week, which literally we probably could.
Yeah.
And Tatum's going to get cheered out the building, and Joe's going to get booed. That's just how loyal these addicts are to their guy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just me that was behind ACH, and I was really happy with the addicts that they gave him the respect he deserves. Because again, like when he was here the first time and it was a surprise, I was like, oh, I forget how good he is. And again with Tatum, I go, oh goddamn, I forgot how fucking good you are.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And then what we're getting on May 1st.
Yeah. Either one, if it's Casey or if it's Dimitri, whoever gets that title.
I really want to see both matches. I'm not gonna lie.
Singly, I don't want a triple threat. Don't misconstrue that.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not.
Well, I mean, triple threat's okay, but yeah, I want a singles.
It's going to turn into a tag match, playa.
No, that's the other company that didn't hire Texas Talent.
Oh, right, yeah.
Sorry, Tony. I love you, though.
To be perfectly honest, if you're working there, you're getting paid, great, get paid. If you watch the show and you enjoy it,
as long as you're getting paid.
Yeah, as long as you're getting paid. If you're watching the show and you're enjoying it, great, enjoy it. That's perfectly fine. But at the same time, you got to recognize that there's enough smoke to show the fire.
And, enjoy MLW too, but if you like the Von Erichs, fuck you. They're pieces of shit.
I mean, yeah.
They're not talented. They're living off their name. Fuck them.
I was gonna say
it's the same as Gordy. Fuck, I definitely shouldn't be talking about this.
Yeah,
I have it a little to drink.
Yeah.
But the Von Erichs and Gordy are living off their name. They are not that talented. Like, I hope people see this.
I'm direct all complaints to
yes.
him.
Immediately message me right now, and I will tell you, fuck Gordy and fuck the Von Erichs.
But let's go ahead and move on to a match that'll make you a little happier. Sky De La Cremosa coming back to MPX.
Does that make me happier, though, with the end?
True. Very true. But Sky coming back, taking on Brixton Shaw. It's like when I was talking about Clash of the Titans, this was actually the match that I kept thinking about.
And this is the one, I said it last week, I'm just getting my phone right here in case someone does message me. I was very looking forward to this match. Yes, obviously because of Sky, but also because it's Brixton. And this is a matchup that, like we said before, Sky hasn't met someone with the power of Brixton. Brixton hasn't met someone the size of Sky. Yeah. This was, like you said, it's a Clash of the Titans. And I don't think it disappointed. I do wish we both kind of know and totally agree with why Isaac isn't there. I don't know. Apparently he'll be back next week. Oh, that's what he said. I kind of hope so. Yeah. But I did want that Isaac Eden kind of face off. Not even if it's just yelling across from the ring from each other. Yeah. But again, and it's like you said with Richard, I can imagine him calling her a harpy or something like that. Right. Exactly. Because what was the other one? What did he call Melanie? Shrill something. Shrill old hag. Yes. Which again, something very archaic and old yet fucking
It was-
ruled
it was-
more than just shut the hell up, bitch.
Yeah.
It was so better.
And that is why we love Isaac so much.
Exactly. But again, with Eden there, obviously proved to be the better end for Brixton.
Mm-hmm.
And again, though, the match itself was solid.
It
Like,
really was. But let's
so
also
good.
talk about the fact that the moment Sky comes out, the crowd reaction.
And I think it was either you or Pat. I can't remember who I leaned to because I talked to y'all throughout the entire fucking show.
Mm-hmm.
It's, wow, if it's not Dimitri, Sky's loved.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are really behind Sky. And I think that proves of how good his title reign was and how good his talent is there.
Yeah.
And the fact that, again, Sky's one of those, we kind of had made mention of, like, it's kind of like Zero, and the fact that Sky was here for years,
Mm-hmm.
getting booked to lose, always being in these feuds, and then losing, boom, boom, boom.
Only really winning when he was tagged with Jason or
Right.
something like that.
And then when he finally got the opportunity, boom, took the ball and ran with it. And the crowd got behind it. And I think, and part of me is like, oh, it's because Brixton is obviously heel more so because of Eden,
Mm-hmm.
but Sky was out first.
Yeah.
And
If it had been
they
Brixton
loved him.
first and Eden had riled the crowd up and everything like that, then yeah, Sky getting that hero's welcome would have been
Right.
like, oh yeah, that's because of of who he's going up against. But no, he came out first, and the crowd was just applauding. They were cheering, chanting
And you
Sky.
can tell Sky fed off that. Like, there was a
Mhm.
different Sky when he ripped that mask off to get in the ring. It wasn't your normal, I'm here to murder people. It was almost a, oh shit, you love me? I'm gonna murder him for y'all now.
Yeah. He's
Like-
like you almost heard the opening lines from Slim Shady coming in.
Yeah.
It's like, hi kids, you like violence?
I mean, he was really into it, and that was great to see. And then same thing, it's Brixton came out, and both of them coming off losses of Destiny, 2 big losses. Sky
Mhm.
losing his MPX title that he worked so hard and so many years to get, and Brixton, his undefeated streak going against Hardakis.
Yeah, and obviously we cannot sell Sky's MPX title reign short at
No.
all. It was from before Cold Day in Hell.
Yep.
He won it, you cashing in the Prospect Championship, doing that smart but kind of underhanded thing that so many people do.
Ultimate or opportunistic.
Exactly.
Hey, Edge is one of the greatest wrestlers ever, and he did it perfectly.
Yeah, unfortunately, he couldn't cash in this time.
Yeah, well, that's Daniel Bryan's fault.
Okay, before I can start complaining about that one, I was so disappointed.
Although I will say this, though, I'm very happy Roman was smart enough to pull Edge over Bryan so that literally 4 shoulders were hitting the mat.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone's like, oh, Edge was on top of you. No, if you actually watch that, he made sure Edge was over Bryan and his
Mhm.
shoulders were on the ground. I thought that was brilliant. Like, I didn't mind.
It's because Roman's a better worker than people give him credit for.
He really is. And like I've always said, when you give him someone like Paul Heyman, he's
Mhm.
going to be good.
Yeah.
Same with Cesaro. If Cesaro had Paul Heyman after WrestleMania 30, he would have been champion
Oh, yeah.
immediately. But anyways, yes, Sky and
Yeah.
Brixton.
Sky and Brixton. This one it's like with Eden pulling Bambi out and arguing with him while Sky was trying to get the pin. And we almost got to a 10 count. Not quite, but almost.
Almost. And I was just really going to be upset if it actually happened that way.
Mm-hmm.
But no, again, like I said, I think the way it ended with Isaac not being
Mhm.
there, having him there, I think that works well. And again, like I said on last week's show, Sky can rebound from this.
Mm-hmm.
Brixton having a loss to Hardagos, lost to Sky, unless he dumps Eden and turns face, there's not really coming back from this.
Yeah. And honestly, the fact that this shows that, now he's more focused. Now he's ready to go. He was caught off guard, but he won't be caught off guard again. And obviously he wasn't. So
Right, exactly. And it's clarification. He cashed in November, not Cold Day in Hell, which I was like, I'm pretty sure you said before.
I
Cold
did
Day
say
in
before
Hell.
Cold Day in Hell.
I know. I was just letting him know it was before Cold Day in Hell.
Yeah.
That's boss man correcting you.
Of course.
Well,
that usually
as well as he should, because
It's like, oh no, I've actually come to notice recently that Certified Mark Productions, we are like the unofficial archivists of MPX.
Yep. I think it was the Mad Prince was asking your opinion on something.
It was Red Chambers was asking about
It was Red.
his.
I knew it was a tag title.
The
thing.
trainer's
Yeah.
victory. Speaking of which, that's actually the next match.
See, segue. I know what
Yeah,
I'm
good
doing.
segue. Yeah.
Beautiful segue.
Red Noah taking on Sebastian and his mystery partner, which you called, which good work. Michael Schaefer.
I mean, it just made sense. They have the same color scheme.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like it's working, but and it's one of those where
from Sebastian's point, I understand it makes perfect sense. He's a multi-time tag team champion. He works well with others until he doesn't.
man, it's like I think Richard brought up a very good point.
Mhm.
Sebastian wants to be leading. He wants a
Yeah.
supporting.
Schaefer
Schaefer
wants
has
to be the
proven
leading
he's not supporting.
Yeah.
Look at all the tag teams he's kind of left. He proves he doesn't want to be supporting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's again, I enjoyed the matchup because again, I like the idea. It's the same with Big Fitz and Prince Adam.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the really small one with the really big one. Just because I think there's so much you can do with that. But again, the match itself I thought was solid.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to see where we go with Sebastian with this because obviously he's still got to find a partner.
Yeah.
Well,
he's got till May 22nd. So.
oh yeah, he's still got plenty of time. We still got a lot of casting couches to go through. Yeah, y'all started that.
Hey,
That was you and your boy that said casting couches first.
I did.
I said you probably should stay
auditions.
away from the
I
casting
said
couch.
auditions.
And then again, like we've said, there's something about Red and Noah. Like as good as Casey and Noah was, there's something about this tag team that I feel is better. I don't know if it's maybe they're more even. And the fact
it's a
that
little bit that
Casey kind of did is sadly overshadow Noah, which is okay, not sadly, because Casey, if you can shine as a wrestler, you should fucking shine as a star.
Definitely.
So that's no disrespect to Casey. Casey should
it's
obviously
not like
be good.
Casey, how dare you leave your best friend behind?
No,
like that.
it's
like no, dude.
Fucking, if you're a star, be a star. Sadly, there are teams that are Sean and Marty. There are also some teams that are, I don't know, Miz and Morrison, that they both are solid.
Mm-hmm.
And
something about them that just gels right.
Right, and that's the thing about Red and Noah. There's something that just gels.
I know. It's like I said last week. I think part of it is because Noah was comfortable working with his best friend since forever and everything, and so therefore he may have slacked off. He may not have meant to slack off, but it's that whole thing of if you get too comfortable, you don't push yourself as much.
Right.
And whereas Casey was hungry, Casey was always trying to push himself to the next level. Noah was ready to coast and didn't realize that he was coasting.
Right.
And now that he's with Red, now that he's realizing that it's like, okay, I've got this guy who's almost as new as I am, or, actually newer than I am. I've got to step it up, and they're working really well together.
Right. And it's same thing. I think like we had not joked, but we had said before, it's without Noah's shadow, Casey's shadow, Noah is breaking out more.
Yes.
Noah he's no longer catching up, he's trying to match.
Mm-hmm.
Because Red has always had good chemistry, Red's always had good charisma, Red's always been they're very opposite in the fact that, and again, it's no disrespect, they're both young.
Yeah.
Noah's always been kind of solid in the ring. Red's always been great with fans.
Yeah.
Noah has kind of faltered and hurt with fans. Red's kind of faltered and hurt in the ring. And now they're kind of matching up.
Which is actually, it's like that's not to say that Red's bad, of course. Because,
no, he's not.
It's like you've seen some of the moves he can pull off beautifully, but sometimes his
it's just off a little bit.
Sometimes
it's timing, and
off.
they're both young. They're both within a year, pretty close.
Red even more so,
right?
And honestly, it's like I foresee Red and Noah becoming, just hella workhorses.
Yes.
It's like I know that Red's got a huge match coming up, not at MPX actually. And,
he might get murdered on the 30th.
Yeah, we'll see. Be gentle, Sky.
Yeah. Or murder, whatever.
Murder
Pokemon, it's fine.
If you're gonna murder, do it quick.
But it's one of those things where, I've said it before. If you look at the future of MPX, when guys like Jackson is on different things, or if even Tatum was gone, or Ryan or Tommy, even though they're all still young, man, we still got Casey, we still got Noah, we still got Red. Me and you have seen this crop of people coming out in the training center, you know, about to probably, I would say July or August, probably making debuts, maybe September.
Yeah.
They're talented. And again, it's, yes, obviously they're athletic because you have to be athletic to do this, but it's also the training of Kirby and Frankie and Livy and Dave and all these people that come to help Kirby lead the classes.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal, and we can't talk about enough how good the MPX Training Center is.
Yeah. And that's not to say that you guys can't go up from there, because
No, not at all.
obviously you can. It's like there are other schools, there are other places you
there's
can
other
go
play.
to
I mean,
get better.
Look at Jackson. Jackson started at MPX, went to Germany, and that's where he really, and I'm sure he'll be the first to tell you, where he really honed and learned his craft. And when he came back, it was, you could tell night and day. And again, no disrespect to the training center. Training center was great, but there was something about being at WXW that you saw it click with Jackson. Same with Ryan. Ryan got to go to WXW, got to go to Mexico as well. And when Ryan, and it was weird. I thought it was going to be the opposite. I thought when he came back from Germany, from WXW, that was where it was going to be, oh my God, Ryan's amazing. No, it was really when he came back from Mexico.
Yeah.
There was something about Mexico that it clicked with Ryan, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, it just, again, that proves there's different styles and different places to go.
Yeah.
I've said it before, and it's no disrespect to the other place, but where CJ and Nate Collins had trained before, there's something about their strikes. you can tell they're trained there, and I'm like, I don't like their strikes. Yet when they got out, they were pretty solid. Same with the crew. When the crew went to Mexico, solid workers when they came back.
Definitely. Honestly, it's like this is something we can't suggest enough to you guys, new guys. If you want to take this seriously, if you want to be more than, and I've heard it called by some of them, if you want to be more than just a weekend warrior, you've got to branch out. You've got to get out there.
I'll flat out say it. Jamie's big on that. Don't be a guy who just works Saturday. If you want to be in this business, be in this business. Try to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Whenever there's a show, try to work it.
Yeah.
And there's a big seminar coming up Friday that from what I hear, a lot of the trainees are going to.
Yep, I'm losing my car for a bit.
And that's amazing, and they should do that.
Yeah.
Anytime there is a seminar, as long as it's a reputable person, go to it. And let's be honest, the Good Brothers are reputable.
Yeah, more than reputable.
To learn, and it's no disrespect to Doc Gallows, but to learn from Carl Anderson, I think is phenomenal.
Doc Gallows is very much the
he's a grizzled young vet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. That's exactly what he'll tell you. But Carl Anderson's one of those, man, that's a guy who was told he'll never be anything, and if he hadn't have signed with WWE, he would have been IWGP champion before Kenny, before Ospreay, before all these other guys, because New Japan loved him, and he's talented as fuck.
I don't know that he's free. Maybe he can go back and actually get that title.
I kind of hope so, because he's good, and Carl deserves it. He's good.
Yeah. But, yeah, and honestly, I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen with these guys next, because they are, they're 3-1 right now. And apparently Red likes my name, my hashtag for them, hashtag Team Killers. Think about it. Every team they faced that they beat fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess.
So maybe it was really lucky for Larger Than Life that.
See, and maybe that's what Red should do. Maybe from now on, every time he beats a team, he takes one of their partners. Like, so he's got Noah, and then he's got some other people, and he can just throw. He can throw a Pokeball, and that's his teammates. If we're gonna go with the Pokemon thing, let's go with the fucking Pokemon thing.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Tommy Dean rejoined us.
Hiya, Tommy.
That's because I came back, so that's why he's here.
By the way, Tommy Dean, that video you posted in the Addicts group, dude. Did you see it?
Yeah, I told you, if guys use that more, it's amazing.
Seriously.
I'm sorry, but I still think Wes is killing him, but...
But it's like, MPX wrestlers, you have this stage online. Use it. It's just... And wrestlers in general, you have this stage online. Use it. Get yourself over.
Exodus
Learn from
uses it
Dexter.
well.
Learn from Exodus. Learn from Skip.
Exodus has soap for sale
Yeah.
because the addicts smell.
Oh, hey, Casey Clay just joined.
Oh, hey, Casey.
Oh, we've already sang your praises.
We get to do that again in a bit, though.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and
Can't talk enough about Casey.
let's talk about the highlight match of the night, the one that was announced on MPX mainline, sort of.
Joe?
No, no.
Well, you
no,
said
not the-
highlight of the night.
No, I did not say the highlight of the night. I said the highlight match.
Okay.
ACH versus Tatum Manning, one of the best in Texas, taking on the rising star of MPX.
Rising star in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, especially since he's going around and he is, proving his worth. He's doing exactly what we say you need to do.
I mean, we had always said if Tatum's one of those that if he wanted this and he branched out,
Mm-hmm.
sky's the limit. And I think this match kind of helped show a lot of people that.
Yeah.
ACH does obviously have a name.
Oh, yeah.
And that people will, gravitate towards. I noticed on Twitter some people that I followed that would have no idea who Tatum is
Mm-hmm.
started following Tatum.
Good.
And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Tatum's
Great.
getting out there.
Yes.
Because that's, again, I like Tatum. He's my friend. I want him to do well.
I mean, I personally think Twitter's a mistake, but, hey. If
Him
it
and-
gets him,
Him and Dave love Twitter.
I know.
Again, know your wrestlers, know what social media they use the most, and that's
Exactly.
Tatum and Dave love Twitter.
Yeah, Dave also loves messing around on Facebook.
I'm surprised Dave isn't talking shit right now.
I know, right? I was like, I keep expecting to get a call from him. I don't know.
But
Yeah, he's not even on the chat.
that's what I'm shocked at. He was there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's
He-
been there every freaking week.
Just about.
But no, Tatum and ACH, I kind of was shocked it was not the main event, although I really do love the fact that MPX put the title first.
Mhm.
Because to me, like I've said before, if your MPX title, if the title is not the main event, to me it kind of, I don't want to say shits on the title, but it does prove that, look, no matter who the champion is, the title's not that important.
Yeah.
So the fact that the title was the main event, I do enjoy that. Tatum ACH, again, solid. We knew it would be.
Yeah.
We even warned Tatum about his chest.
Oh yeah. We said you're gonna learn. He said, I don't learn, I win. Well,
I
looks
think
like
he
you
learned
learned
a little. Because again, ACH, you don't mess with him, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's again,
and don't forget, he is
how
the
good he
creator
is.
of Super Academia, one of the like premier stables of the Central and South Texas.
Yeah. They've all kind of branched out on their own though. Cody
Mhm.
Lane's like in Canada now, and Ethan Price is in Atlanta. Like they've all kind of
Mhm.
branched out.
Hell,
They were great.
Prince Adam's about to go up against Super Crazy.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's I want to go to that weekend so bad.
Do I.
No, you stay here. I'll cover San Antonio.
But I want to see that match.
I'm sorry. I got.
Of course, I'm pretty sure that
I got to watch Dimitri fight a bear that he has not fought before. That's a different type of bear, sir.
Mhm.
But again, Tatum and ACH, man, we knew it was going to be good.
Mhm.
We knew it was going to be great. We
Yeah.
knew Tatum hopefully was going to shine better than he did when he went in, and I think he did.
Yeah.
I think Tatum opened a lot of eyes to people if that's their,
Oh yeah.
maybe not even their first time seeing him, but if you saw a different Tatum. Like we had jokes saying, oh, is Tatum going to keep talking trash and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. And he did a little. He did a little, but it was more, he was more serious.
Yeah.
And I think that also goes to the character he's kind of portraying with Dave, though.
Yeah.
It's a very more serious, almost anarchist, chaotic type Tatum.
Yeah, no, and I'm loving it. That's why I'm like, I'm looking at this version of Dave, and it's like, oh look, it's Philly Dave and Crazy Tatum. So
Yeah.
it's like, the Ragers may be a stupid name according to the boss, but
Oh, it's a stupid name according to one of them too. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Dave. He goes, if we ever get a team name, because right now they like Sig and Manning. They're good.
that's good. Yeah.
If they ever get a team name, the Ragers is the very last thing they will ever use. And I said, oh, okay, cool. Tell your partner to stop hashtagging it. And then he goes, I don't think he ever has. And then, of course, my friend, because I was driving, researched it. he did it once on a photo,
Ah.
and I guess me and you just kind of ran with it
Well, it's
because
'cause
I
we're looking
remember
for-
seeing
we
the party never
it's-
ends hashtag the Ragers, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's a little weird, but that was the thing. It was one of those where it's like, yeah, okay, I guess that's what they're trying to go with, and then you just kind of ran with it. 'Cause
Yeah.
we do that. We bangers.
This is
we
our-
run bangers into the ground.
Yeah.
So.
Dimitri says face chop.
Face chop.
Ow!
Why would he want to do that?
Why?
I mean,
It's Dimitri. What do you expect?
Yeah, okay.
well,
That's a good point.
okay, Dimitri, $10 if you can forehead chop your big bear on June 12th, 13th, one of those days.
I think so. I've seen the poster. I because it's out of town. I usually don't pay too much attention because that would
Yeah.
you
It
know
was-
require me to be able to leave town.
Yeah, it was hashtag the rage is now begun or something like that. But I guess, yeah, me and you just kind of ran with it. But yeah, we know.
It's our love for tag teams. We look for the tag team name.
I do love tag team names. I was extremely happy after fucking 2 years that Cesaro and Sheamus were called the Bar.
Mhm.
I like for your team to have a name, even if it's something simple like the Heart Foundation. You're
Yep.
both hearts. Cool, Heart Foundation. It works.
Oh dang, that's what I should have called Omara at the beginning of this show. You know, the bar fighter.
Yeah.
Tommy Dean says, "Did I miss the shitting on Oklahoma segment yet? That's my favorite part."
Let's see.
Do we have any Oklahoma talent to shit on?
No. This time we're Oklahoma free for the most part.
Okay. It's the
Yeah.
way Texas should be.
I thought it smelled better.
There, are you happy, Tommy?
Because ain't shit up there anyway.
Yeah. It's
But again-
Oklahoma is Texas's attic. It's where we put the the tchotchkes and weird things that we want to pull down when we like once or twice a year for special occasions.
But again,
like Monaco.
I do like his mindset of look, king of shit is still king. So
Yeah.
it's a great mindset.
It's really a great mindset. Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
Although if they don't like the Ragers, I definitely think Two Boys.
Just two boys. Yeah. It's like, admittedly, that's a little bit on the nose because of their podcast, but oh well.
So I missed that podcast.
Yeah. So do I.
Same.
I mean, it's not like they're watching ours either, but hey.
Oh, and of course, we'll get a comment later. I listen.
Uh-huh.
Tommy Dean says, "Yes, I'm happy now."
When you coming back, man?
We need you back, please.
I don't know about
Didn't you get what we're getting next week or whatever? Oh, I don't know. I just saw the message. I didn't actually read it. I'm sorry.
David
I figured that was
Taylor.
going to be what you're doing.
Oh no! Richard gave me a whole bunch of stuff that's coming up in the future. Like
Oh, okay.
May 1st is going to be just
May 1st is gonna be
insane.
freaking insane.
We were
wish
told, we were told May 1st is going to be huge to begin with.
Oh
so.
yeah, just some huge names, Texas names, other indie names.
A Texas company adding Texas talent?
I
Right?
know.
The fuck you say? You can't succeed that way.
It's like the closest thing to WWE talent
No,
we've had
you
in a while
need-
is ACH.
You need Just Incredible and Gangrel and Teddy Long.
Hey,
and
hey!
Mark
I will-
Henry.
I will kill to see Gangrel on MPX.
Oh, I would too, but I'm trying to prove a point here.
I know.
You need
but-
Charlie Haas and all
I'd
these
love
other
to see
people.
Charlie Haas too. That's the hard thing. It's like I don't want the whole show
You
with all
need
of these guys.
Selena Del Rete and Mil Mertes. Is that better?
Tommy Dean
I know
says,
who Mil
"I'm
Muertes
booked in-"
is. Who's the other one?
His manager, Selena, the
Oh.
hot Mexican chick.
Oh.
Tommy Dean says, I'm booked down here until May 29th. That's all I'll say.
Well, because after May 1st he dies.
Yeah,
so-
true.
Except May 1st, I'm killing Wes.
We'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But speaking
And,
of
he said, and Casey Clay says, Tommy Dean versus him would be fun.
that would be
Tommy Dean versus Casey Clay would be a really great match, I think.
athletic. Too bad it's not one of his 3 or 4th defenses.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll find out what's going on with that next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of killing people, let's talk about the next match. Remedy once again returns to MPX, taking on a man he knows very well under a different name, actually.
Yeah.
Jason Silver.
Yeah, I loved how this started because
Mhm.
it's one of those where one, Remedy got a good reaction.
Oh yeah.
Which I like how the addicts are actually behind him because that makes me happy because I like when talent actually gets the recognition they deserve.
I'm going to be honest. I think I'm most proud of the Addicts for reacting to Jason appropriately, if I may.
True. Because we've always said Silver's one of those that we felt almost Tatum-like. No matter what he does, people will cheer him.
It's like they respect what he's doing enough to react appropriately.
Right.
And that made me proud on
Yes.
that one.
It's your cheer the face, boo the heel.
Yeah. And it's like, of course, you've got the heel marks and everything, which that happens.
Yeah.
You know, this guy right here, heel mark. It happens. And that's fine. Because, yes, there is a difference between a heel mark and a smart mark. Smarks are scum of the earth.
I cheer talent. That's why I didn't cheer Chris Dickinson. Or wait, no, that wasn't his name. Chandler's old partner.
Oh, Cody Dixon.
Cody Dickinson. Yeah. Chris Dickinson I like. Cody Dickinson's a piece of shit. Talentless motherfucker. Anyways. No. Fucking, Remedy coming out and then Jason tagging him with the chair. I thought that was a great way to start. And the fact that he broke the chair.
Yeah.
And the fact that if you look close, and I hope the camera caught it, Remedy's laughing. Remedy's enjoying the chair being broken over his back and shoulder.
Oh, yeah. Just goes to show how insane he is, and I love it.
It's fun.
It's beautiful.
It is. I was entertained.
That's all this is. It's
and
fun.
it's like you'd expect that, a big guy like Remedy going up against a little guy like Jason, you'd just see Remedy throw Jason around, and there'd either be the turnaround spot where Jason suddenly wins out of nowhere, or Remedy just squashes Jason. No, there was none of that here.
No, it was back and forth, and even the next to Tame and ACH, I think the crowd was most into this. I mean, we had a "We Want Fun" chant, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Because
and we didn't even start all.
I
of
was
them.
going to say I thoroughly enjoyed it because I didn't start it.
Yeah,
and it would be one thing if I started and be like, "Oh, okay, cool, people join me because dance puppets," but no, it was someone else starting. And I joined in. I go, "Oh, that was a cool chant.
Yeah,
that was great.
It's like we want fun. Let's have more fun.
More fun because it's kind of more pain. That one I did do.
Maybe we'll get more fun versus more pain, and I really want to see that match.
Him and Hardagas will be great.
Oh. What we're gonna get soon. I hope.
I was gonna say I want him and Schaefer. Like I want my big guys to fight.
Yeah, and it's because the fact that it's like Remedy isn't. We keep saying he's one of the best big man workers out there.
Yes.
And honestly, he definitely proved it because it's easy for a big man to look good against another big man.
Like I know, and it was completely hypothetical, and he capitalized hypothetically. If Brent was to have a last match, who's it against? And I want Remedy. I want Brent and Remedy to have that last match, and I want it at MPX because Brent.
Yes.
And it's
Brent,
no disrespect to where Brent has made his name elsewhere. I feel he got big 2 times. One, when he fucking punched out Hernandez, and then 2 at MPX. Those are where Supertex Brent McKenzie made his name.
Oh damn! Is Supertex Day soon? Is it May or June?
I think it's June.
June?
Because May is actual Texas Day, I think.
Right.
And Super Texas in June. But again, that's Brent and Remedy would tear the house down. I think.
Would. It would be absolutely fantastic.
Because again, you've got.
I'd pay full price just for that match alone.
I mean, you've got someone who arguably was, and if he wanted to wrestle, is one of the best big men wrestlers there ever was in Texas. Versus a guy who was making his name as the best big man in Texas. I think it would be 1, a great match, and 2, kind of a nice passing of the torch.
Oh, yeah.
But again, the match with Remedy and Silver was phenomenal. You could tell how we kind of say Exodus and Schaefer work the crowd as a heel. You saw Remedy work the crowd as a kind of a face.
And that's the thing is like
he was telling people, like, guys, shh. Yeah. And then he would do something, and you're like, "Oh my gosh!"
And what happened after the match just like kind of made me wonder: is like, okay, who's the face, who's the heel here? Because things are not,
Well, because again, Remedy just wants to have fun, and you could tell he was having fun,
which makes me even happier about Remedy because he's the monster that I love to watch.
Yes,
it's like it doesn't matter if you're a heel or a face; he's going to kill you.
Exactly,
and he's going to have fun doing it.
And it's the same, like I said a couple of weeks ago, with his mannerisms. It's very early Bray Wyatt. Where he'll do the nip up and kind of laugh, and he'll just kind of look around, and everything is very kind of stoic, and just it's a presence, and you kind of sense that. And then you've got someone like Silver who, yes, has a presence all his own, but realizes, oh, this is different. And like Silver took it to Remedy.
Yeah.
And part of that might be, you know, lost the bottle, whatever. His hatred for Giants all of a sudden, which I guess started with me. That's cool. And then, you know, he's got the loss of the bottle, and we've said before, this is a different Silver than other people have seen. Like we know this Silver because we know Silver's career.
It's like if you haven't seen it at MPX, if you haven't seen it at ACW, you can definitely go and find it on YouTube. He has some really dark, deadly type matches where you see how he earns the name The Immortal, Jason Silver.
I mean, we've seen him hung from a balcony before by his neck.
Casey says, I will say I'm glad they didn't send out Remedy for my second defense.
Yeah. That might not end well.
I mean, you don't know who your third and fourth are, and the third is supposed to be the hardest defense, Casey.
You calling for Remedy versus Casey?
I think Casey would have...
Why you gotta put that on Casey? Why do you hate Casey, sir?
I don't hate Casey. I want to see him prove he is the best that he says he is.
He's already proved he's the best. He won the Addicts title in a 4-way.
No, he won the Prospect title. That's not proving you're the best.
He won the Prospect title in a 4-way.
He's going to have to prove he's the best on the 24th.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's like if it's not somebody like Remedy, then I do believe that he has every chance in the world to make his next two defenses like nothing.
So you're saying,
especially given how he ended.
So right now you're saying
match.
Remedy is the only one who can beat Casey.
I said someone like Remedy.
Because I think no one's like Remedy, sir.
Okay, well, I don't know. I mean,
you're Giant Brian Pillman and your Deathmatch Andre. No one's like him.
There's no one like him.
Cannon.
I'm talking like a certain chainsaw could, go for the Prospect title again.
I don't want to wish that on Casey.
Zero says, "Call me shit for brains, whatever. I would wrestle Remedy again."
We would watch that again because that was an amazing match as well. So,
and again, it proves. I think it proves how good of a worker Zero is with, again, how little he was given to make that match good, though. Yeah.
And it's one of those things that shows that it's like Zero's a hell of a worker. Remedy's a hell of a big man worker because it's like it's so easy for a big Haas type wrestler to just no sell and lumber through a match against a little guy and squash it and be like, ha 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 ha. It's like even Andre did more than that. And I'm talking OG Andre.
Right.
He did more than that in his heyday.
Watch Andre in Japan. He did a head scissors. I was shocked.
Got one of my favorite matches to watch is Andre and Haystacks Calhoun in Japan. That was a hell of a match.
Well, and it's the same thing. Fucking Hogan in Japan. Hogan is a different wrestler in Japan, and it's like, oh, he could actually work. Cool.
Vince McMahon ruins wrestlers.
To a degree, though, he knew what worked, and he did it, and it did. Let's be honest.
Okay, yeah.
Especially our age group.
Yeah.
Without Hogan, how many of us actually know about wrestling? Like, as much as I don't really like Hogan now.
You've got a point. Without the Hulkamaniacs.
I mean, and my friend Pat pointed out to me, where he's like, oh, I hate Hogan. He goes, but without Hogan, would we really be fans that we are now? Because every kid was a Hulkamaniac.
I was like, I probably would be because, like I said, my mother, my grandmother, it's been a family thing forever.
Right.
But, I was like, yeah, and I think wrestling would not be the huge name it is or huge thing it is now.
It really would. And, I mean, it's kind of like kids, it's like Casey and Tatum's age.
My point stands, though.
Austin and The Rock.
Yeah.
Are they really the fans they are now?
He may know what works, but it still ruins wrestlers. He takes great wrestlers and makes them, cookie cutter.
Yeah, that is true. Because again, he knows kind of what sells for him. You can't argue with billions of dollars, sir.
No, you can't.
Millions of dollars.
Tommy Dean says, "Screw it. I want to have some fun too."
God,
I want to see that match too. But then again, we just want to see Remedy more at MPX to begin with, and
we want to see more Tommy Dean too. But I don't know if the match. We want to see Tommy die. Like, why is everyone wanting to die?
I think somebody's wanting to try and topple the Giant. I mean, look at the last person who was able to just like straight up beat Remedy.
I mean, I guess
it was ACH.
Yeah. I mean, I guess let's put it this way: if Tommy needs to practice for Wes, no better one than Remedy to kind of build your violence tolerance up for.
Mm-hmm.
Good Polymers says, I grew up on WCCW, hated WWF.
WCCW.
Seeing that, I wish I was born a little bit earlier so I could have really fully invested in that.
No, it was just the other day I wasn't feeling great. I've been sick for the last week. It's mostly just allergies and sinuses. And I'm laying in bed. I'm just watching classic matches, and I'm realizing how many of my friends, my wrestling friends, even they look at classic matches and they go as far back as the '90s. I think classic matches. I'm watching matches from the '60s,
right?
And it's like I'm not saying, oh, I'm better than you guys. It's just different.
Yeah, it's age group because I mean, it's like a lot of people remember Flair from not his quote unquote heyday. I remember Flair from the 70s and 80s Horseman. Like that's the Flair, like and a lot of people are like, oh no, I remember him in WCW where he was kind of on his way out, and then when he was a manager of Triple H, no, Flair was a lot better than what is.
It's like the crazy old man who dances, wobbles around the ring and falls flat on his face. That is not the Ric Flair that we know.
Right.
That is not the man who earned the name, the moniker, the Nature Boy from Buddy Rogers.
Right.
So, it's just
and it's
the Ric Flair versus the Ric Flair we know, totally different.
Oh, and that's the same, like when you look at the Horsemen, my favorite, Flair's good, Arn is great. Tully probably, if I was alive at that time, Tully probably would have been my favorite. Tully as a heel, he was that first cool heel that you really kind of dug.
He still is.
Oh, of course he is.
That's why I love him being with FTR. That's probably one of the coolest things.
It is so great. I don't get AEW's booking all the time, but that's one thing I think they do great is using their veterans the way they do. Using Jake, using Arn, using
Jake
Tully.
and Lance was probably my favorite matchup, and then Tully and FTR happened, and I'm just like, good God.
Yep. And
it's like people can make jokes about, oh, it's just WCW back again. It's like, no, they're doing this right. They're using the veterans to promote the new talent.
They
not
really
to, overshadow them.
Right. So.
It's like, hell, even Sting is kind of being used to promote Darby Allin.
Yep. I mean, and that's one thing, like I said, that's one thing I think they've done well. Now there's obviously things I'm like, they probably could have done. I still think Lance should have been the first CNT champion. And that's not because it's Texas and it's not because it's Lance. It is when Cody is known as the boss, and he's the first inaugural champion. Kind of puts it down on it.
It's kind of a dusty thing.
It's the same with Kenny being the champ right now and the Young Bucks being the champs right now. It's like, guys,
we know you guys are the bosses. Why are you putting the belts on yourselves? But I mean, at the same time, they kind of do want that spotlight. That's why
that's the other thing too, though.
That's why they started the All In.
Part of the problem is they are fucking talented. And they are good, and they probably are deserving of that. But the fact that we know they own the company does put a downer on it. Although I will say I think Kenny has been better in Japan than he is with AEW. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the American TV style compared to the Japan style, because I think Kenny Omega in Japan is way better than he has been in AEW.
I think that may well be part of it right there, because it's like just the way that Japan does things is very, very different. And, we talk about Andre being great in Japan and Hogan being great in Japan. And unfortunately, even AEW fell into the WWE style of booking and filming.
And it's like we've always said, there's so many different styles. There's the strong style Japan style. There's the European grapple. There's Canadian shoot. And there is a American indie and there's an American TV. AEW... It's kind of a hybrid of the TV and indie, but for their bigger talents like Kenny and stuff, it's a very TV style. Yeah, as opposed to the indie style with a lot of the.
Let's get back to MPX before we lose all of our viewers.
Zero
says I'm unkillable.
All right. If you say so, we'll see after the first. But so Remedy picking up the win, just able to overpower Jason. That was a hell of a match. And of course that led to, Remedy was just going to kill Jason some more. And then Sky comes out to save him.
Yes. And that was kind of a shock to me. And the fact that, because we thought Sky and Silver was kind of done. We had thought that, the Crips was done, the Brotherhood, the Lost Boys or whatever were split, and I don't know, maybe Sky without Isaac truly is not fully thinking, maybe, or maybe it's again like we always said, him and Silver are bound by blood. They will always, they're either going to fight each other or they're going to team together. It could very well be that much of, look, I can beat the shit out of him, you cannot. But then again, maybe it's,
if anybody's going to kill him, it's going to be me.
But then again, Sky and Remedy is a very, very interesting matchup that would be very nice.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's like Remedy's already said he's coming back on May 1st. We know that Sky's, on the lookout for him. Even with the dust up between him and Jason after Sky came out to save him. It's like, I don't know. We'll see what happens from here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because, like you said, is Sky upset that Silver didn't let him help him? Or is he upset that it was Remedy kind of being, or is Sky still looking at like, no, look, I'm still the big guy here. It's one of those.
Maybe.
Because, while Sky may not be the champion, he's still technically one of the bigger guys on the roster.
Yeah. So, and he was a thoroughly dominating champion.
Dimitri says Joe versus Shingo, please.
Jeez. I hope they have new mats.
I am going to talk to Dimitri later because there's lots of matchups I want to see, and that is one of them. Holy crap!
But let's go ahead and talk about the next one. Casey Clay announcing that he wants to get this over and done with quickly, so he put out an open challenge to anyone man enough to step in the ring with him for his second Prospect Championship defense. And who should show up but one of the longest reigning and most times reigning Prospect champions, Dave Sagan. Hail Sagan.
And that was honestly kind of a shock. One, because it was obviously Dave. Two,
I just thought Dave wasn't there.
Right. And two, it's kind of new. Okay, Casey's probably going to defend at least two.
Yeah.
Might lose 3 or 4, but we'll see who the opponents are. There's no way you're going to have your tag champs lose both in one night.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of shocked by that.
It's like yes and no and yes.
Right.
Because I was like, honestly, I thought this is what I was meaning when I was talking to Richard about not Richard Presley, about how Casey is showing that he is crafty, clever, and everything like that. They're basically it's like, I'm loving the kind of heel that they're turning Casey into, that Casey's turning himself into.
Right.
It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, honestly, the dude needs to start showing up in a suit when he's not in his wrestling gear.
Yeah.
And he's full on, like Jericho levels of awesome. Super villain, like
exactly.
Almost.
Be that, cocky champion villain heel, because he's doing it well. He's one of those where, again, like we said, when it first started, I was like, can he do it? And then, oh God, within a minute, I was like, oh yeah, Casey's a great heel.
Oh yeah,
this is amazing.
No, it's like there are some points in which he's looking at, it looks like he's trying to think about what he's trying to say, and it sounds not quite as natural. You'll get better at that as you go.
Yeah.
And I know that for sure. But
when do you get better?
About the same time you do, asshole.
Oh, sir, I was always good.
Sure.
Jamie told me that.
He wasn't talking about your talking, sir.
Oh, okay.
He was,
but again, that's one of those where it's one of those that I think it still proves how good Casey is in the ring.
Yeah.
Because Dave is someone who we said, dude, he's just done everything in MPX.
Yeah. He's one of those that, despite kind of how young he is in MPX's career, if it wasn't for the fact that I know he's leaving, he's a pillar. Yeah.
He's one of those that you're going to put, he's a Silver or a Kirby or a Baby D that you're going to put someone out there against to be like, hey, can this person last in MPX? Can they hang?
It's like he's one of those people that when new people come to MPX after he goes back home to Philly, they're going to hear the name Dave Sagan and be like, who's that? It's like, oh, let me show you.
It's only one of the most decorated athletes in MPX history.
Yeah.
But again, this match was one of those that it kind of shocked me, but it was so good.
It really was. It was just absolutely phenomenal between these two. And the finish was perfect.
Yep.
The Guerrero swerve. I love it.
Yep.
It's like just doing it just right.
Exactly. And it was so good. And like you said, it was
And
perfect.
Bambi, I love you, but Travis was the perfect ref to do that with.
Yeah. One, I think it's probably ref because he's the quote unquote senior official, but also
he's much better at the. It's like, what are you doing?
Right.
What is this?
Yeah. Like as good as I love Bambi's expressions, it would have been more of a Goofy-esque type expression as opposed to a more serious, what are you doing type expression.
Yeah.
So
it's just like I'm and the fact that it's like Dave was like, yep, no, I kind of see it. Yeah, okay. I mean, you did it. You got one over on me. Congratulations. Right. And he still hit him with a hailstorm and, said, congratulations. Good luck.
Hit him with the tag belt. And yeah. So.
Yeah. Dog germs. I love you too. Good dog. That's enough.
Such goof.
This is my emotional support animal, really.
Literally.
Can you take
we
him
actually
to
got him
work?
registered.
Actually, I could if I wanted, but I'm not gonna.
I don't think he would do well at Kroger.
No, he would not. But
Zero wants to meet our dogs.
Well, you're gonna have to come on over sometime then, man. Come on.
Tried to get your interview in January, never got back.
Yeah.
My goal was to have special interviews once a month.
Oh,
that didn't happen.
Yeah. Hey, I'm trying. I've got something lined up.
Oh yeah, remind me to talk to you about 29th as well.
Oh, okay. Did he talk to you?
No, this is me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. But, yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to the main event. Dmitry Alexandrov versus the Tommy Becker. And this was a...
So you got one moniker, right? You didn't get the other moniker, right?
The Bear Fighter,
there
Dmitry Alexandrov. The MPX champion, Dmitry Alexandrov.
Bear, not beer.
Bar fighter.
Bar
Fighter.
Bear, bar.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
But this was a highly athletic match between these two.
Yes.
Because Tommy is, like you said, he's the most athletic guy in the ring.
Oh, which I guess because we forgot about Casey. We were told to do our research. Apparently, Casey was a hockey star too.
Yeah, no, and congratulations to him. He played for a team called the Dragons, which is actually kind of cool because the San Antonio Dragons were a team that I followed.
That's
in
South Lake Carroll, sir. South Lake Carroll Dragons.
Yeah, I know. It just goes to show you kind of what Maybe he should be the South Lake sensation. I don't know.
I don't know if he could pull it off as well as Tatum.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, the moniker's not in use anymore, so.
That is true.
And there was no copyright.
Feel like Tatum still uses all 20,000 monikers he's got.
Oh God, Chris Jericho levels of Ayatollah of rock and roll,
exactly.
the Sultan of swag. Yeah, but this match was awesome.
Yes, it was very good. Again, like we said, Tatum's one of the most athletic people there, but it is very hard to top what Luke Langley and Dmitry did the week prior.
Yeah.
That match, still probably one of the best main events I've ever seen at MPX. And it's something that I always wanted Luke to come back more, but now I want Luke again. Yeah. I want Luke and Tommy and Thrash to be ours. Like they're eventually I want them to no longer be Oklahoma and they're MPX Texas talent.
You are ours. Yes.
We did it to Dmitry, we did it to Wes, we did it to Dexter. Those are the next three I want to do it to. We gave the clown back. They can keep the clown.
But some people want the clown back.
Just the company that didn't hire Texas talent.
Tommy Dean says, when I come back, I'm going to be announced as the only man more athletic than Tommy Becker.
Another Tommy versus Tommy match?
I really hope Cody would announce it that way.
Yeah.
It needs to happen.
The winner gets to keep the name.
So if he loses, he's just Dean?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Tommy wouldn't suffer too much because he would just be the Becker.
And you already love the Becker.
Exactly. So, but yeah, no, this match, it did have a lot to live up to with the Luke Langley match coming before it.
Yep.
And I think they did absolutely everything they could to show
Yes.
that they could equal up to that.
Well, and it's like I said.
I mean, they didn't have as much time this time, so.
No, and it's like we had said with Dimitri. This title reign is bangers only. He wants to be the best match off the card every Saturday, and he knew, and Tommy knew going in, Tatum and ACH was getting all the fanfare, it was getting all the love. It was probably going to be match of the night, and they wanted to steal the show and prove, no, yeah, you saw that. That was great. We're going to be the last thing you talk about.
Yeah.
And they, for the most part, succeeded, I think. Like, it was very good.
We tried to have it be the last thing we talked about on Mainline, but then our show got commandeered by a couple of drunk Irishmen.
Yeah, I had fun with the drunk Irishman.
So did I. That was a great.
What are you talking about? You walked off and let me have to deal with it.
That's because I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard.
You let me try to clean up the mess.
It was fantastic.
And as we learned, I cannot clean up the mess. I'm the one who says ha ha funny stuff. I am not the serious interviewer that you are.
Ha ha, yes.
And my feelings were hurt when Kirby said, "You don't say anything witty." I go, "Oh, that hurts, Kirby. I thought I was funny and witty."
No, that's okay. I'm not very witty either, so don't worry about it.
So
why people watch us, I don't know.
So if Tommy were to create a list of wrestlers he wants to wrestle before his career is over, would it be called the Dean's List?
Yes, and honestly, that would be a hell of a gimmick in my opinion. Just cross off, it's like, I'm going to cross you off the Dean's List.
So instead of Schaefer's legacy list,
the Dean's List.
The Dean's List.
You should have Schaefer on the Dean's List.
Probably should.
Yeah.
Because it would
Tommy,
be.
I had to. You know I had to.
So it'll be one of those. It's like in order to become an MPX guy and a Texas guy, he's got to go through all these people.
I like that idea. I'm totally good with it.
As long as he doesn't do a whole Dean Douglas thing, I guess it's okay.
Oh God, no.
He wants about ruining wrestlers. They ruined Shane Douglas.
Oh,
man.
they did.
Shane Douglas is amazing.
That whole trio. Yeah. But that one with Dimitri coming out with the win, and then Casey coming out and saying, it's like, next week I'm going to make my last 2 defenses on the 24th where it's you and me. I'm going to walk away with that title. And who comes out to basically say, I don't care who wins? ACH, May 1st, taking on the MPX champion, whether it's Casey, whether it's Dimitri, whether it's somebody else. It's going to be ACH versus the champ.
May 1st, they have to fight Attitude, Charisma, and Heart. And that's
going to be...
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the people... I mean, ACH has only been here twice. And, I mean, we can't... Granted, take his name out of it. You don't know who ACH is. Brand new wrestler. He's only had 2 matches. He beat Remedy. Yep. And kind of, I don't want to say dominant fashion, but surprisingly fashion.
Yeah.
And beat our own Tatum. Yeah, that's probably arguing to have a title shot, no matter who his name is.
Oh, yeah.
But now you add his name on top of it, of course he deserves an MPX title shot.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's one of those where it's like, that's... Because I know a lot of people, I heard a lot of acts leaving were like, oh, why is ACH getting a title right after? Well, one,
it's ACH.
It's ACH. 2, look at what he's done in the 2 appearances he's had here.
Yeah.
There's no reason he shouldn't have a title shot.
Yeah. He's taken on 2 of the biggest and best and come out on top. So now he's going to go even higher. And
came out, like, again, not necessarily dominatingly, but decisively.
Yes.
The match with Remedy was great.
With the fact that he picked up Remedy like that, just, oh my God.
And again, like most people, again, if you're not in wrestling, okay, yes, you obviously know they go up. But the fact he held Remedy for a good 2 or 3 seconds in that brainbuster.
If you know how that kind of stuff works and how he was holding Remedy, that's all ACH.
And that's one of those where, again, I know how strong he is, but good God, that was impressive. And then again with Tatum, just I think you saw 2 different ACHs. You kind of saw his strength and speed against Remedy, and then you saw speed and just honestly kind of mat knowledge against Tatum.
Tommy Dean says the Dean's List starts with Wes and ends with Booker T.
Okay. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
If Tommy Dean could get to Rowe against Booker, that would be kind of cool.
That would be awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. We're
I think
cheering
we would
for you,
all go.
man. You just got to survive West first. All right.
We can do this.
But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Do or Die, because this one is where it's going to set up for May 1st, which is going to be a hell of a show. And I'm going to be honest, I don't remember half the
I was
names
gonna
that Richard didn't
Tommy,
mention.
Tommy Dean is already like Do or Die, so.
Oh, yeah. Let's just hope it's not completely die.
You weren't making notes when Richard was talking to you?
No. He was just going like rapid fire on that one and just blowing my mind with every name. So yeah, we've got Matt Palmer versus Hardakis announced, which, holy crap.
And Palmer's got Silver's mask,
Uh-huh.
which is a third of what Hardakis mask is technically.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So, because I mean, if it was him, if he had the top and Sky had the bottom, so I guess it's half technically.
yeah, I guess
So it's half the power of whatever Hardakis' mask is.
Mhm.
So it'll be interesting to see how Palmer does. And that's,
I'm excited for this one because one, I get to see Hardakis.
I was gonna
again.
say Hardakis is back, so you're
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. And Matt Palmer is always just a hell of a treat to watch anytime he's in the ring. So
You are torn in this, aren't you? Because
just a little bit, yeah.
you're a Palmer fan too.
Yep.
Not that I'm not. Palmer was my first MPX champion.
Yeah,
so
so hey.
he did a super kick out of a stunner. I loved it. My friends hated it. I liked it. That was my first memory of Palmer. Is him and Houston Carson.
Mhm.
Carson hit a stunner. Palmer nipped up, super kick, 1, 2, 3. My friends are pissed because they love Stone Cold and the stunner, and I love Shawn Michaels and the super kick. So I was like, "Oh, cool! Palmer's amazing."
The war of the Texas finishers. You just need the tombstone pile driver in there, and
Oh, that was a good card.
yeah.
But yeah, no, Palmer and Hardakis, 2 of your favorites. But
Mhm.
what shirt you wearing? Oh, that's right. You went neutral all of a sudden.
I know.
You no longer have favorites.
Yep. I don't play favorites unless it's Sebastian,
Yeah, where you're.
or I do the Orson Welles thing. Yes.
Tommy Dean says, other way around, my friend. Wes needs to survive me.
God, I really wish I was kind of going to there.
Oh,
Same.
I really wish I could. Yeah, it's like they're going to be like televising that, broadcasting that somewhere. We can watch it.
OKCX or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Some
we'd like
type
to
of
watch
streaming.
it. But let's see, we've got Ryan Remington in the Try Not to Tap Challenge.
I'm really liking that one. One, because obviously it's Ryan. 2, I like how he's doing more of the submission.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love the wrist snap he does.
Yeah,
And I love how
They
the
use the
image
broken-
is the X-ray of a broken wrist.
I thought that was clever as hell.
I thought it was great too, and the fact that he's got the generic pose of him holding his wrist,
Mhm.
I loved it. I'm really curious to see what they do with this. I would love to see, and it's hard because I can't think of anyone off the top of my head right now other than Killa Kate, but obviously I don't want Killa Kate.
Yeah.
But some type of MMA type background.
I don't know.
Some
I mean,
Jerome like.
let's see,
some type of guy.
somebody who's got training in MMA and everything like that.
Right.
Well, considering who's returning in the next match we're going to talk about, that might be somebody that has at least some MMA training.
Oh,
He had to have picked it up from the next match is Nova Phoenix coming back and taking on a returning Erica Torres.
oh, he would snap Double D in half.
Are you sure though?
Ryan would snap him in half.
I guess we'll see.
I would much rather see Eric. I'm no disrespect to you, Double D. You are good, but I would much rather see Erica versus Ryan than Double D and Ryan,
Eh,
because Erica would actually give Ryan more run for the money than Double D would.
yeah.
Because again, like we have seen and noticed, Erica will.
I don't know.
man,
Maybe
woman,
MPX management will pull another swerve on us, and
whatever,
we'll get
she'll fuck
Thunder
you up.
Rosa. She's got MMA training.
Jesus Christ!
Poor
I
Ryan.
don't think we have the money for that.
Yeah, no.
Her AEW contract has kind of made her a little high.
Yeah, just a bit. But yeah, Erica Torres versus Nova Phoenix. So we haven't seen these two in a long while.
We really haven't, which hopefully that means, well, obviously knowing who they are. Hopefully
Yeah.
both their significant others are in the building.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Which I guess this is the first time we've seen Erica since the whole implosion of Menage a Trois.
Yeah, I'm wondering how Erica and Double D are going to take the fact that it's like, yeah, Menage a Trois is dead. I'm like, what? Well, we just got here.
I was gonna say I would really love a vignette, kind of like we got with what would Jigsaw came back,
Uh-huh.
and he's all DTF, and DTF is pretty much dead.
Yeah.
I would love that with Erica and Double D. Just be like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And they're wearing Menage a Trois shirts, and like, I don't know, Tatum comes and be like, CJ just banded that, right?
Yeah.
that would be something funny. But again, Erica and Nova is one of those where you would think because of Nova's size, it would be very easy.
Mm-hmm.
But like we've seen before, if Erica wants you to go, you're going to go.
You're going to go night-night. From Gata and everybody.
Oh, you're going to go night-night. You're going to be
Riza.
flipped. You're going to be thrown.
Mm-hmm.
Erica's not one to fuck with.
No.
So it's going to be very interesting to see this match.
Yeah. So I'm actually kind of excited to see where that one's going to go because that could be a really hardcore match without being a hardcore match.
Exactly. I would love, again, because I think... From what we've seen from both these women, they're very, I don't want to say stiff. They're definitely snug.
Yeah.
And again, I feel one slightest move and it's going to become a shoot. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting.
Yep. And then after that, we have Red and Noah challenging the MPX Tag Team Champions, Dave and Tatum, Sagan Manning. I think honestly,
you don't want to keep calling them the Ragers.
No, they don't want to be called the Ragers. I'm not going to call them the Ragers.
Yeah, no, that's why we do it. Because Dave hates it, so we're going to keep calling it until he actually gives us the team name.
Yeah, so the Ragers are going to be taking on
the
trainers, Red and Noah. And honestly, I think Red and Noah deserve this match. I mean, they're 3-1.
Yep.
Although, we could see the destruction of this best friend team up if, if Red and Noah happen to go over and get the belts.
According to your standards, whoever Red and Noah beat, they split.
Yeah, so be on your lookout, guys.
I mean, if Super Smash and Mario Kart can't split Dave and Tatum,
I was gonna say,
what else can?
It's like from what I've heard, I think these two men played Mario Party and are still best friends.
I mean, even Lizzie can't split them. So
yeah,
and trust me, she's tried to get rid of Tatum. She's tired of Tatum in her house.
Yeah. But honestly, this is actually going to be a real good match. I think that it's going to do a lot of good for Red and Noah as both the team and as rookie wrestlers and everything.
I think so too, because again, we've seen Dave and Tatum in their couple of times together have really established good chemistry as a tag team.
Yeah.
And as far as bringing back tag team wrestling moves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's something I think Red and Noah, with the exception of the larger than life match, has kind of missed. Is a team that can help them establish the tag team, actual tag team wrestling. There are times, and I was going to bring it up and I forgot during the match, but there are times where I feel, and it's because it's the old school in me, we're missing the tag rope on one side. Mm-hmm. So there's a time where I think it was Dave was literally like in the middle of the apron, and I'm like,
next thing you're gonna say is tags are supposed to be hand to hand, not hand to back or hand to foot.
I don't mind that.
I mean, what's next, old man Cornette?
No, not at all. I don't mind the hand to the bed, the blind tag, or even the War Raiders tag with the arms. It's I just there's no tag rope. And so, like, Dave's literally in the middle, and I'm like, what's the point of a tag?
It's outside the rope?
I don't know. And it's only that one side. The tag rope's on the other side.
Yeah.
Why can't we not get tag rope over here?
My guess is the string snapped.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We can add one, though.
Yeah, that's
again.
True. Just get Mr. Fix-It on it.
Yeah. Why isn't the Hobbit on it?
I don't know. He's not a hobbit. He's a dwarf. But I'm looking forward to this match.
Did you give him a sock?
No.
Oh wait, that's an elf.
That's an elf.
He's a free elf.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was one of the things that was getting me with. I was talking to Richard. He was like, oh, you have a. I said I have a house dwarf. He's like starting to go with the Dobby thing. He's like, what?
Master gave Dobby a sock.
Let's go with that. Let's sure.
You're a fucking Ravenclaw, aren't you?
I'm a Hufflepuff.
Well, of course you are. It's even worse.
You're a Slytherin. I know it.
I know.
I'm also a Hufflepuff.
You're in a house of Hufflepuffs, my friend.
Two women I love are Hufflepuff, so what the fuck?
So, I'm looking forward to this tag match. It's going to do a lot for them. And
I think it is. Red and Noah, again, like we said with Tatum.
I mean, they're not going to win because it's Sagan Manning.
You don't know that. We can always have a tag title go hot potato. I'm okay. It's very weird. As much as I love tag titles, I'm okay with tag titles going hot potato, as opposed to an Addicts or
As
a
long as it's not
Prospect.
just back and forth for 6 months.
Right, exactly. But I mean, if Red and Tatum were to somehow get a win, and then Dave and Tatum re-get that back,
Yeah.
that's fine. But no, that's you never know what's going to happen, and that's the thing I think I like about tag teams the most is you never know. It's that extra advantage of okay, yeah, we as much as I love Tommy, we know Dimitri's going to win.
Yeah.
Yet in this tag match, there's a chance that somehow Dave and Tatum miscommunicate, or Dave can't get in, and Red and Noah get the win. So
yeah,
I'm okay with it. But yeah, I do think this is one, like we said with Tatum and ACH, Red and Noah are going to learn.
Oh yeah,
they're going to.
It's going to be good for you guys.
Have
it's
to get
painful,
better as a tag team.
So. Yeah. Then we're going to get the Addicts title match because, as Richard Hill said, Stephen Kirby has mandated that Exodus Prime does not get a night off at MPX. He will be defending the MPX Addicts Championship every time he is there. And
I really hope you're buying some soap. You need it, sir.
I'm not going to lie. I'm actually kind of going. I'm probably going to do that. Not even because I need it or anything. I've got plenty of soap.
It's just great.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the smartest things he could have done.
Mm-hmm. It's like you've got guys like talking about somebody from another show, Nastico talking about you stank, brush your teeth, do this, do that. Exodus took it to that extra level.
Yep.
So, doesn't need the best manager in Texas.
I would really love, and of course he hadn't been there in the past 3 weeks, but I really love him after he wins to pull a piece of soap out and just give it to Doug.
Yes.
Just that
please
extra.
Show up, please.
Just that little extra, because he's held the title in front, well, he's held the bag in front of Doug, and Doug hadn't been there. Yeah. And it's a little sad when Doug's not there and Exodus wins.
I know. I also kind of keep expecting him to, look at us as the secondary target, but
well, for you, he knows me and my friend like him, so we're the only.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Besides
care about
us,
unless you're Lugo, he doesn't care.
I was gonna say, besides us and Lugo, no one else stands and cheers for him.
Yeah,
because Exodus is amazing.
He's great at what he does.
Again,
I'm interested to see who he's going to go up against. I mean, it's like we've got the whole, he's disrespecting the belt.
Well, I mean, you've got Kirby, who's obviously said mandate he should be there. Kirby has a very close connection to the Addicts title. One I thought was interesting that if you look at their little Facebook interactions and Nova is there, Dexter kind of took offense, it seemed.
Yeah.
Because Dexter wanted to finish what he started, and Dexter originally started with destroying. The reason we have that beautiful Addicts title is because of Dexter, and the one who technically got it for us has never held it.
Yeah,
and with Dexter,
no, he held it for a little bit, a couple of weeks,
a little bit.
Won it in the Mad World.
Yeah, not long.
Yeah, and Tatum took it back,
but the fact that he wants that, and the fact that he has announced, I think it's July 24th, is his final match. I think he wants a little, he wants to make a run in MPX.
Yeah,
last run. And I have no problem with that. Again, because like I said, I think Exodus is doing what Dexter did, but he took it one step further. And the fact that Dexter destroyed the MPX title, Exodus No, it is a good-looking title, but you'll never see it.
Yeah.
Like, he's shoving it in our face that, look, it's y'all's belt, but you'll never see it.
Yeah.
Which, again, I love the fact that, and again, me and you argue about it. I was like, no, it's still there. It's still in the briefcase.
You had a good point last week in which if he didn't have the bag, it would be a bigger problem. But he brings the bag in, and that works.
And again, it was shown in Florida, so I'm fine with it.
Was it, though? Because, it was just a bunch of emojis.
Well, emojis, but think if you're seeing him on the beach live. That title was... I don't think there's emojis on the actual title, sir.
You never know. He's clever like that.
I was going to say Exodus. If that actually does happen, you have to put emojis on the title.
But in addition to that, Casey Clay will be making his final 2 defenses, and I'm curious to know who's going to be there. I mean, it's like...
Zero. Oh, wait.
No, wait. Maybe Johnny?
I was going to say, so that means Omara?
Yeah. Larry?
Yeah. Schaefer?
Noah. No, Noah's already
Noah's
in the match.
busy.
Yeah. I don't know.
mean, unless Noah wants to work double duty. Casey's got to work double. I think it's only fair that his second opponent works double too.
I think Noah could do it. Yeah.
What about the former champion and Joe?
Maybe. Yeah.
Or
Joe got screwed. So screwed. So
or another former champion in Jackson.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. I'm excited to see who the challengers for both these belts are going to be.
Or Kirby. Yeah. Even though Kirby says he won't retire, but also says he's not coming back. So I'm very confused by that because he said that on Rehab.
Yeah.
Granted, he's a little tipsy. But he said, I'm not returning, but I'm also not retiring. Well, that's confusing, sir.
I don't know. But speaking of returns, we're going to have Aaron Harms back.
Good. Hopefully, I want to see more. Again, I want to see more of him. Mm-hmm. I like the look. I just, against Schaefer, there's not much you can really prove.
Maybe against someone less leading manish.
Well, me and you had said we wanted to see him and X.
Oh, that would be fucking fantastic.
And with, RIP, DMX, we need X. We need Xavier there.
Yeah.
We need to hear X going to give it to you.
Yeah. And then, of course, Angel Camacho is going to be back. Ooh, maybe that'll be one of Casey's opponents. Angel Camacho, just...
I feel like Angel still wants to finish what he started with the boys, though.
Well, it's entirely possible.
So...
I mean, it was like, we'll see whether the boys are there or not, because they weren't announced. So.
That's true. Well, you know them. They kind of just pop up.
Yeah. I mean, the boys are always ready to play.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
And it might be a little cold on Friday, but...
and we're going to get the debut of Justin Taylor.
Have you ever seen him?
Not live.
He's good.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed him the couple of times I saw him. I don't mean to be rude, but I didn't know he was still wrestling. But I'm glad.
Yeah, it's like hearing the debut of Justin Taylor. I'm like, oh, really?
I'm glad he's coming in. He was very talented when I saw him in, pretty sure it was DCW, back when that was a thing before I unceremoniously killed it. And then apparently revived it all in one take we did.
Yeah.
But no, he at one point he was supposed to be like the Tatum. He was supposed to be the next bright star. So it's going to be interesting to see how he has kind of come. I guess I'll be honest. I guess it's probably COVID maybe that his name hadn't been around as much. But it'll be good to see because like I said, I enjoyed him. I thought he was good.
Yeah. So it's like that's pretty much all we've got for next week at MPX's Do or Die. After that is of course MPX's Consequences, in which we'll see possibly Casey Clay. I was going to say Cody Clay. I don't know why.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Cody Lane. I go, holy crap, we got Cody Lane?
I wish.
When did that come?
Casey Clay, if he makes his 2 defenses next week, will be challenging against the MPX champion, Dmitry Alexandrov. And who knows? One of them is going to go on to face ACH on May 1st. So at Texas Famous.
Oh, is that what it's called? Texas Fame? Okay.
Texas Famous.
I'm all right with that. That's good.
Because it's actual Texas wrestlers, so Texas Famous,
And May 2nd is Texas Independence Day, so that makes sense.
Exactly.
No, that's good. I like that. But no, that's, again, we look at this and it's like, man, ACH and KC be good. Oh, ACH and Dimitri would be amazing. It's like, I don't know where I want to go with this.
It's like, okay, maybe we'll get ACH versus the other one later on down the line.
Yeah, I don't know how many cases of mouthwash we got for ACH, though, sir.
We'll go buy bulk. I've got a Costco membership.
But I mean, it's one of those where it's heavy metal, and Dylan had said it, and I'll say it. I don't speak for MPX, but I will say it for the addicts. We are very thankful to get ACH and what he brings to wrestling, not only as the name, but what he does for the people he's in the ring with.
Yeah.
So the more we can get him, the better MPX is going to be, and the talent's going to be. So I definitely want to take a full advantage of every time he comes in.
Yeah.
And again, this is if you have friends that for some reason have not been to MPX,
bring them
when ACH is there, and they're gonna you're gonna change their minds.
Oh,
I mean, I would say bring them whenever, obviously, but
just bring your friends, bring your family, fill those seats.
Yes, because again, like I said, there's ACH is a special talent, and it's, as much as I hate to say it, it's one of those where he's getting back out there, and he's not going to be here much longer.
Nope.
Whether
see where he
it
goes from
be
here.
Japan or AEW or whatever, he's destined for, I hate to
Greatness.
say, a bigger stage, because you got yelled at for that.
No. I got yelled at for better.
Well, yeah, and you shouldn't have said that.
I agree.
AEW is not.
I was
fun.
finishing the saying. I didn't think that one through. I apologize.
But for a bigger stage, whether it be Japan
Yeah.
or AEW, or if for some reason he wants to go back to WWE, that's, he's going to go somewhere soon. So
Yeah, we'll see.
enjoy him while he's here.
Yeah, definitely. Because, yeah. So that's pretty much all we've really got for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to those who called in: Richard Hill, Presley Miller. Next week, we will actually be going on Friday. You said we needed to talk about that, so that's a kind of a tentative thing at this point. Yeah, we've got something big planned, and we'll announce it when everything is set in stone. So either way, thank you for watching, MPX Addicts. We hope to see you soon. God be with you.
See y'all Saturday.
Hit the button. Hit the button.
She'll hit the button. You don't have to tell
eventually,
her.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's kind of our sign-off thing for this now. It's